What's up, folks? Yes, I am alive. Yes, I still have apologize. Sometimes things happen that are out of our control that we have to take care of. And tonight being one of those nights, there was something I had to take care of for a friend in real life. And I was not able to get back to the stream to be able to alert anybody. And so I apologize for that. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to get things popping. All right. So I hope you're ready, because I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you ready to do this thing? You ready to actually have our time together tonight? I hope so. What's up, guys? Lots of stuff going on. It was an interesting day today in the news. So we're going to cover some of those things today. James Gunn tells fans, "I'm not a liar." Affleck to possibly direct The Brave and the Bold. Happy birthday, Zack Snyder. And of course, you know, it wouldn't be a day without fans doing something kind of weird. Fans now want to sue Warner Brothers over Henry Cavill. Damn. It's a strange, strange world we live in. We're going to cover it all here in the Poindexter Lounge.
Like to tease everybody a little bit, just tickle it a little bit.
Like it's a massive thing, and so I want to see his thing.
Yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey yo, 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 hey yo.
Give me a bottle of anything and a glazed donut. To go.
What's up, nerd family? Welcome to the Poindexter Lounge. I apologize for my tardiness, as it were, but hey, we're here now, and that's what counts. And so we're going to make the most of the time that we have together. We're going to jump into it and stuff, but hey, thanks for being here. I appreciate all of you being here, and I appreciate all of your patience with me and, you know, stuff going on. And yeah, nothing bad. It's just, you know, sometimes you got to take care of stuff, you know, and just like if, you know, something happened at your house and you just had to take care of it real quick, unfortunately, some things don't go really quick, and so sometimes you got to have conversations, you got to do stuff, and that's all it was. But hey, welcome to the lounge. If this is your first time to the lounge, just know that I'm usually on time, or at least relatively on time, and from what I say I'm going to be, and it's just good to have you, because the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and all of us can get together and talk about the things that we love, things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things that get you excited, then hey, you know what? You found the right place. This is the website du jour for you, my friend. This is the place for you. And so we would love to have you, stick around, stop by more often. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you do know when we eventually do go live. And, and that's it. Just we love having you around. So thank you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you guys for your love and affection, because I can't live without your love and affection. Thank you to all of our patrons and everyone who supports the channel. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you, and all of our members, of course. I still gotta update this, and I apologize. I got a lot of people I gotta add to this, but thank you all. You know who you are. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being members of the channel and for supporting the channel that way. And of course, everyone who gives super chats, you are greatly appreciated. It's never expected, but you know what? We appreciate those of you who do, and it helps us greatly, especially right now, because Tiffany's been off of work, recovering from her surgery, a couple weeks ago. So thank you so much for that. And everybody who, just sends a little something to the channel, we really appreciate you. The Hall of Fame is coming up. I'm going to go back to that real quick. The Hall of Fame is coming up the end of this month. Who will be in the Hall of Fame in the 2023 class? Announcement, it will be following shortly, coming shortly, and we'll be going over that. So be looking for that. Also, don't forget our store that has all kinds of cool stuff. And there you go. There's all that cool, fun stuff for you there. Also, don't forget our good friends at bullysticksdirect.com. That's right, bullysticksdirect.com. Great place there. They got all kinds of great chews and treats for your dog. My dogs love them. I know your dogs will too. Look, you can earn rewards on every order. There's free shipping in the United States. So I apologize to our friends who are not in the United States, but hey, if you're in the United States, free shipping for you. They got a variety of things to pick from and whatnot. There's all kinds of great stuff, all kinds of easy ways for you to contact them if there's ever an issue or you got a question or anything. But also don't forget, they are all natural and preservative free, no added hormones or antibiotics, and it just, makes it really good for your dogs. There's a variety of things to pick from, and you can do all that. It alleviates boredom, it lessens anxiety, it's great for fun, it's healthy, it's safe, and I know that your dogs will love them just like my dogs do. So go to bullysticksdirect.com, use code Poindexter for 10% off your order. All right, and don't forget, they've got a great blog. If you got pets in general, they've got a great blog that you can click on. Down here at the bottom, you see here's all their contact information, right, where you can ask them questions and all that good stuff. But they got a great blog that you can go to, and it'll just really help you with stuff. See, like here's some of their posts right here. It's not all their posts, it's just some of their posts, some of the latest ones. A guide to your dog's mental health. Look, I've got a dog that has anxiety issues, and maybe you do too. And so, how do you cope with some of that and help them cope with that, because we love our pets, and so help them out. Brain train your dog, stimulating training tips from Bully Sticks Direct. Dog breeds that thrive during the winter months. Love your dog. 7 ways to boost connection, trust, and bonding with your dog. Harmful dog food ingredients to avoid. Those are all really, really cool things for you to take a look at. So go to bullysticksdirect.com and let them know that Poindexter Lounge sent you. All right. Okay, so a couple of things. Don't forget our giveaway right now. And look, guys, I apologize. I know that I am so far behind in getting things out. I've got to get this puppy out still. I know it's just I'm horrible at this. Dad Dude Vince gets the Fast and the Furious stuff, and then I gotta send this out. So I got 3 things to send out. I know I owe Zeno a shirt. I owe a couple shirt. Well, more than a couple shirts to Anthony Grigsby, and owe a sweatshirt or 2 to my good friend Tony. But right now you can't see this, but right over here is a 10-inch Superman Funko Pop that is our giveaway right now. All right, so that is our giveaway right now. After this giveaway, though, we got a cool giveaway. I'm not going to tell you what they are yet, but I think some of you guys may want to jump on it because it's something you can't. I mean, you can't find in stores anymore, and so you can barely hear me on your end. You should be able to hear me. I am cranked, man, all the way. Maybe I just need to come a little bit closer. Maybe I was just talking a little bit too low. I don't know. You know what? Hold on a second. Let me check something because it may. I wonder if the audio keeps resetting. Yeah, it did go down a little bit. So hopefully that'll be better. Hopefully that will fix that problem. Okay. Yes, it's actually a 10-inch He-Man, not the Superman. I got the 10-inch Superman, but yeah, there is. So yes, there's my friend Anthony Grigsby down under, and so I owe you a few shirts, buddy, and I'm going to be putting together some cool designs just for you, my friend. But yeah, so we got some stuff to jump into tonight. Some interesting topics, to be honest with you. And that's why I still wanted to do the show tonight, even though that I know that I was over an hour and a half late. But the cast of Showgirls will be in the Hall of Fame. I wonder if I could get them to come in studio. I don't know. I have to check on that. But it's always good to see you guys here at the lounge, and so I appreciate all you guys' support and you guys showing up and sticking with us, man. And so maybe invite somebody right now or like put it out there on social media that hey, we ended up going live after all. Okay. I have to come a little close to the mic. Is that what you're saying? I don't know why it's the same that it always is, Justin. Justin's in the back, and he's saying that I got to get a little closer to the mic, but it's the same that it always is, so I don't know why it would be any different. So there you go. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hold on a second. Maybe check that. I think it's the same, though. Check. There it is. Okay. So there you go. I don't know. But anyway, so we got a show to do. Let's get right to it, shall we? So join me in welcoming some of our guests tonight, rounding out a panel tonight. We first have the proper one, Mr. Justin Proper. What's up, Justin?
Hey.
I hear you've been waiting back there a while.
No, it's okay. Yeah. Thank you for getting a little bit closer to the mic and coming a little bit closer.
Does that work?
I appreciate that.
Should I like reach the mic? Should I be like right up here on the mic? Is that? I can barely hear you.
Caressing the tip is just great.
I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
No, it's really low. Oh, what the heck? Hold on a second. Check some stuff.
How about now?
Yeah.
A little bit more? A little bit better?
No. Very, very low. It's very low on my end.
How about now?
Nope. I wonder if it's just you or if it's everybody. I don't know. We'll see. Also with us tonight is
might be
the Prime.
The obnoxious music that I should just be like, yeah! This is great music.
I mean, is it just me, audience, or can you barely hear him? Because I can barely hear Justin.
How about now?
No, I can just barely hear you, man. Like you are like really so low. It's I can barely hear you. Wait, hold on. Keep going.
Oh yeah.
That's better. Okay.
Oh yeah. How about
I
that?
see. I see what I did. All right, I'm good now. All right. Also, we got the Prime one, the Godfather of all, ladies and gentlemen, Prime, the Godfather. What's up, Prime?
What's good with it? What's good?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good. You called me at the right time.
Prime.
What's good,
How
Justin?
you doing?
What's good?
Now you're too loud, Justin. Shut up. And also coming in at the beginning of the show instead of the very end of the show when I finally see his tweet, his tweet message to me, Darkness. What's going on?
Darkness! Yeah!
Hey, what's up?
Okay, now we're gonna have issues. We're gonna have issues, Justin. If you blow out my eardrums, I swear to God. I fixed it. I told you, I fixed it. I don't need you to scream. I fixed it. I figured out what it was. I got my little interface here, and the balance between me hearing myself and hearing what was coming out was turned one way. So that I fixed it. I brought it back over, and now I don't need you to scream anymore. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
Dear Lord in heaven. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, darkness.
Yeah, so darkness.
Is that better? Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better actually.
That's better for the man above me. Yes, that's better for him. I say the man above me because he's above me.
There you go.
Man above me, God.
I'm the man upstairs.
Thank you. Man upstairs.
Oh yeah,
Lord,
Lord,
Lord, dear Lord, baby Jesus, thank
Hey.
you for blessing the stream, and thank you for blessing everyone in the chat. Thank
Hey,
you.
Scotty, that's not fair. That's not fair, man. That's not right. Some people. I'm sorry. I couldn't. No, by all means, by all means, mock me. I will just sit here and take the mocking, as it were. You know,
I don't know why he's trying to mock
just
me.
remember this.
You're an ass. You're
No,
Very accurate.
Yes, no, I appreciate it. I appreciate the ribbing, as it were. So okay.
Justin is loud.
Wow, you're gonna make me have to turn this thing back down. Dear God, I swear, man.
I'm sorry.
Turn down a little bit.
I'm talking normally now, and
Okay.
I'm even trying to be a little bit softer, like when I'm talking, just for your fragile little old ears. Like,
So whatever. So tonight I did watch Mandalorian.
Yay!
The episode tonight.
you did.
It was good. There's a lot of really cool things in it.
I actually didn't see it.
It was the first episode, It was it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, especially with like the way how the beginning was, because I thought that was a flashback for a minute. I was like, oh
Yeah.
wait, is this a flashback?
Although
Yeah,
I have an issue with like Mando's group of people, like his Mandalorian group that he is like grew up with and everything, because like they put, and we won't get into spoilers because Justin has not seen the program, but I have to say
it's okay.
but I have to say
right after.
Yeah, okay, but I have to say, like at the beginning when they put that helmet on that kid and they're just like, "You will not take your helmet off ever." Like they don't specify that. Hey, Anthony was there. Hey, Anthony, I missed you, buddy. I was bringing you in. Come back, my friend. Well, there he is. Okay,
Come.
we got Anthony Beltre. Anthony Beltre is here. What's up, my friend?
What's up, Enos? How are you?
Good to see you, buddy. I'm good, man.
Talk about Mando.
Yeah, so just real quick, I'm not going to do like a full deep dive into it. I just wanted to just bring it up real quick because I just think it's weird that their sect, their group of Mandalorians don't remove their helmet, and it's like, but they don't specify like that. Oh, well, you could take it off sometimes. It's just you will never take off your helmet again.
Never.
Like so. How do you shave? How do like you never get a haircut? Like
You probably stink under that.
yeah.
Yeah, like you can't go.
That
you
is
can't
true.
take a shower with it. That is so weird.
That's like a multi-season arc. Like
Yeah.
that's so funny that you mentioned that because like I'm so surprised that they still mention that because
Yeah.
it's like it's such a season 1 thing and they should be over that. Like never remove your helmet. This is
You'll
the
be
way.
kicked
This
out.
is the way.
Yeah.
This is the way. This is the way. Like yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
We
And
get
you guys
it.
are
We
right.
get it. We get it.
Donovan's right. It is a cult.
It is a
I
cult.
get
It is,
I
yes.
get that it's a subset of of that. It's just it's just kind of weird because yes, Thomas, it just seems like it would really stink under those helmets, man. You know,
you'd be sweating a lot
wouldn't
too.
It seem old at this point. Just like okay, like this. Is
the fact that they kicked him out. They're like, you are no longer a Mandalorian because you took your helmet off.
Because of a kid.
Because for God's sake, you had character development and you had a story arc, and we don't like it.
Right.
So you are kicked out.
Yeah. Plus, there's that weird thing, and so like I said again, this isn't really a spoiler. This isn't really a spoiler because it's been out there, but. I still have it because I've seen things that have kind of disputed it, but apparently there's this like talk going around that there's supposed to be 2 years that Grogu was with Luke.
I heard about that.
No. John Favreau effed up his timeline. That is wrong. That's completely wrong.
Yeah, there's something not right about that, and so I've heard people talking about that. That's not exactly what he said. That he was just alluding to something else. Like 2 years has passed since we first, like in the 3 seasons now, 2 years. And I can see that. I can see that. I just don't see that that Grogu was with Luke for 2 years. No. That doesn't seem to make sense.
It doesn't make sense. I think he forgot. I think he forgot.
Like a day and a half.
Although I will say that they talk about that, like supposedly, because it doesn't seem that Luke was on Dagobah very long either. But apparently he was there for quite a while. For a few months.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works, but that's
Prince Jr. revealed today. Freddie Prinze Jr. revealed that they did the Rogue One scene, which that was the best part in the movie at the end. So,
yes.
I was surprised about that.
Freddie Prinze Jr., can I just say, is a really cool guy.
Oh, he's amazing.
I got to meet him last year at Comic-Con. And Freddie Prinze was just a really, really cool guy to meet. And I love it that he's like into so many things that I'm in. Like, obviously he's in Star Wars, but then like he's been. Have you guys watched? For those of you guys who like wrestling, have you guys watched the A&E stuff? Like A&E started doing. Oh my gosh! Like some of those things are really good. These documentaries, hour and a half long documentaries about these very like distinct things, and then they got a show called Rivals that get into like these really just the nitty gritty man of rivals throughout history, and just some really cool stuff. And we finally got the Peacock network, so I got the WWE network again. I had it for the longest time, and so it's like. It's been kind of nice going back to that and like watching some old matches and stuff. And
hey, Enosh, you're gonna watch WrestleMania where Cody's gonna beat Roman Reigns. You're gonna watch?
Well, it's funny. We probably will end up watching WrestleMania this year. But now, hold on. With the Peacock Network, is WrestleMania included, or did I hear right that you have to pay separate for WrestleMania now?
So for Peacock, if you get Peacock, you're not going to be able to like pay for WWE Network. Like you're going to watch, you can watch WWE stuff on there. You're not going to really pay for it though, because WWE Network is pretty much consumed by Peacock.
Yeah, but I heard that there was like something like that WrestleMania was a special like. Okay, Absolute Good is saying it's included. Yeah, okay. He said it's included. Okay. All right, that's what I was just, because I had heard something that they were talking about for a while, like that WrestleMania would be like a separate thing. So, but my kids, we have such a history with wrestling, and my kids love wrestling and stuff. And I got my.
You belt. Like Punk?
CM Punk, dude. You know what?
So Punk is controversial right now.
Look, I got my Winged Eagle, the best belt ever made.
William said no. Enosh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, William can suck it. I got 2 words for you, William. I got 2 words for you. You can suck it. But
I got 2 words for you. Suck this. Because you may have met Freddie Prinze Jr., but bring up the fucking I met.
Oh, I met
Matthew
him.
Lillard.
I met him last year too. Not only did I meet Matthew Lillard, but I still owe Cylon Scotty, I met. Okay, Matthew Lillard was super nice too. Because check this out. Last year, if you guys remember, like I didn't think that I was going to be able to go to Comic-Con, and with the situation that I was in, and people came forward, like you guys were awesome, and people sent me to Comic-Con, and Scotty was a major part of that. And all Scotty asked me to do was get him an autograph from Matthew Lillard. So I went through and I met Matthew Lillard, and it was super cool because I told him, I said, hey man, like a buddy of mine, really helped get me here. Cause remember I was in the hospital the week before, Comic-Con, and that was what, I didn't, and so I didn't think that I was going to be able to go. And so, I told him, I said, hey man, like a buddy of mine came through for me, helped me. And a lot of people from my channel helped me. I said, but you're in one of his one of Scotty's favorite movies is Hackers. And so, it was really cool because we had this great conversation about it, and I told him how much Scotty loved him and stuff. And so he signed the thing. And Scotty, I apologize. It's been almost a year and I still have not sent you that, but you just got to come visit me. Scotty, you just need to come here and see me. That's it, right? And get it. No, I'll send it to you.
Teleportation is a thing in the near future. Send that to him, and he'll teleport over to your location.
Right. And so, but so we did that, and then it was really cool because, I got the autograph and stuff, and he goes, hey, you know what? You're a really good friend for doing that. I was like, no, man, he's a good friend for sending me here. He goes, hey, why don't you go pick a picture and I'll sign one for you too. And so I picked a Scooby-Doo one, and he signed that. So yeah, that was really cool. So what do you got here? This is
during a Q&A.
He gave you a hug?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow. That's cool. He just seemed like a super nice guy, man.
He's a nice guy. He's doing a new movie with
I think that was by far one of the greatest moments of my life.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome.
By far.
My greatest moment was hugging a couple of people at a Comic-Con. One was Leah Thompson. I will never, ever forget that hug as long as I live.
Oh, Back to the Future?
Yes, because she did the whole head tilt thing and reached in and said, and actually asked me, said, can I give you a hug? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, you can.
You were like Marty McFly, like, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm hugging McFly's mom here, man.
Like, in a way that's not insensual. Like,
yeah, but then also Judith Hogue from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original April O'Neil.
Oh wow.
Same, I tell you what, almost the same exact personality. They were both the sweetest, just awesome people, to meet and talk to. And then of course, I got to hug and spend time with the late Margot Kidder. And so, yeah, man, those are three hugs that I will never forget. So it's really cool. And then Brent Spiner totally brushed me off and was like, no, give me a fist bump. He wouldn't even shake my hand. So there you go.
I mean, sometimes like a good fist bump is all you need. So
if you say so.
Yeah, but I didn't even get that with William Shatner. So whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I got to talk to William Shatner for a minute. He was pretty cool, actually. He was a good guy.
He wasn't mad.
You know who else I got a hug from was Sarah Douglas, who played Ursa in Superman.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. And you know who else I got a hug from was the girl who played Betty in Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Heck yeah,
wow.
Man. Heck.
That's awesome,
and
dude.
and hands down. Well, it wasn't the best, but it was still like awesome.
It was up there.
Erin Gray.
Erin Gray. Oh wow.
Erin Gray. She was on Buck Rogers and Silver Spoons, and my buddy Mike had a huge thing for Erin Gray. And so I told her this, and so so she gave me a hug, and I was like, I'm gonna tell him that,
who was that again?
And she actually held my hand. She actually put her hand in mine, and we just sat there talking, and she just had her hand in mine, and I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna fight this, I mean, Erin Gray was
nice.
Gorgeous, so.
And
you know what? I'm sorry. And it just reminded me of it because Flash Green mentioned Superman versus Nuclear Man. So at last year's Comic-Con, I wore a Nuclear Man t-shirt, and they had the reunion of Superman 4. So we got a picture with all of the cast of Superman 4 just about,
nice.
including the kid who writes the letter to Superman, right? And the guy who plays Nuclear Man, Mark Pillow, was there. And the lady who like organized them all walked past me and saw that I was wearing a Nuclear Man t-shirt, and she says, "Oh my God, you're wearing a Nuclear Man shirt." And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I have never, as long as we've been doing this thing, I've never seen anybody wear a Nuclear Man t-shirt. You've got to come with me." And she like grabbed me, pulled me to the front of the line, took me right over to Mark Pillow, and like we started talking and stuff. And he's like, "Oh my God, that's awesome." And he wanted to get a picture with me. She wanted a picture with me. She wanted a picture of me next because they had the Nuclear Man costume there, which was really cool. And so they all wanted that. We all had a great time talking and laughing and stuff. And then there she was, Mariel Hemingway.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. And Mariel and I had a funny moment because somehow she started talking about like movies from the 80s that were probably inappropriate for kids.
Yeah.
You know, and it was really ironic that she brought that up because I told her she was in a movie in the 80s called what was it called? It was it was with Peter O'Toole. Gosh, can't remember what it's called right now. But she played this college student and stuff, and she flashes her her boobs in it. And I remember my fifth grade teacher did not know that was in the movie. And my fifth grade teacher wheeled out you remember when they would wheel out the cart with the TV on it, every once in a while?
Oh,
She wheels,
yes.
Yeah.
and the VCR, man, she wheeled that out, and we were watching this movie, and it was about Peter O'Toole's wife dies, and he tries to clone her because he's a professor, and so he's got this whole thing, and Mariel Hemingway is this young girl and stuff, who's like helping him and stuff because he needs an egg to be fertilized, so he uses her egg to fertilize the process, and so it was really hilarious because I'll never forget, man. There's two boob scenes in there. There's another lady, but like that one wasn't as memorable. The one with Mariel Hemingway was very memorable because she's playing touch football with some guys, and this guy's like all over her and stuff. And she calls a play at the end. And she's like, "Throw me the ball, throw me the ball." Yeah, that's right. Yes, the movie was Creator. Yeah, that's the movie, Hal Jordan. And so it's really funny because she lines up on the line of scrimmage, and she goes into the huddle and she says, "Hey, guys, throw me the ball." And they're like, "We're not throwing you the ball. Like dude's all over you. He's like the jock dude who's like, a jerk and everything. He's like, just won't leave her alone. He's groping her and everything. And oh my gosh, she's like, "Throw me the ball." And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Just trust me, throw me the ball." So they line up on the line of scrimmage, and she's wearing one of those 80s kind of like half crop,
Oh,
deals, right?
Yeah.
And she just walked right up to the line of scrimmage, and she's like, "Hey." And he looks up, and he's like, "What?" And they call hike, and she flashes him, and then she runs out, and they throw her the ball, and they score a touchdown. And yeah.
Oh, jeez.
There you go. There you go. All right. So, okay. So let's, watch party. Creator, let's watch the boobs. But it was funny because I shared that story with her because she was talking to me about that. And it was like, that could have been weird and awkward, but it wasn't. She thought it was hilarious. And we had a good laugh. I also had a good laugh with Betty from Revenge of the Nerds. We talked about, Tiffany was actually there with me, and we got a picture with her. She signed it for us. And we were talking about, I kind of joked with her. I said, you were a vital part of my my young life. and you know what? And we talked about the fact that like Revenge of the Nerds is very problematic for this day and time.
It can be, but it's also very progressive if you really think about it. Like they had like this gay guy that was there, and he was up. I mean, it's problematic, but it's also progressive because like it is like this group of misfits and this group of marginalized people,
true, but it's very problematic in the fact that like one of the main characters literally
that scene
like R words,
yes
the chick,
yes.
And then it's like
Absolutely.
she takes the helmet off, she's like, "Oh, it's you," but like apparently, I don't know, man.
But it's okay because your dick was so great. Yeah, like that is so weird. I totally like. I understand that entirely. That's fucked up. Like
so,
but you know, the point of the movie like is, you know, not that. You know,
it's not that.
It's subtle nuances and what have you.
So I gotta say this before we go, because I know that because Prime has been really quiet, so I think that he's waiting for us to get on topic, and I want to get on topic here, but I want to share something with you because obviously today was Zack Snyder's birthday, so happy birthday to Zack Snyder. We'd be remiss. But also, you know, Superman's birthday is traditionally celebrated typically on leap year, on the 29th of February. That's when they typically celebrate his birthday. And I posted something on Twitter being funny that apparently people didn't understand.
I understood.
Wait,
did you understand it was a joke?
What?
I didn't
What did you say? What did you say?
Well, it wasn't even. No, it's not something controversial or anything. It was.
What is it?
Okay,
Show
so
it.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna let me pull it up here.
I thought it was funny though. I was like, okay.
I was just being funny, man. You know, but like, here, let me.
And then you got this guy under the comments keep like, I was like, come on, bro, it's a joke.
Right, like.
Hold on, Anthony.
Okay, hold on.
Let's what?
Okay,
let's see this.
Here it is. Because you guys see this? Okay. So here's a picture of Superman. It's his birthday. He's crashing through the wall. You see bricks and wood and everything, and he's like, Jimmy, I came as soon as I heard the alarm signal from your watch, or from your signal, the alarm from your signal watch. What? And there's a cake here with Superman stuff, and here's Jimmy Olsen,
like, happy birthday,
Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Robin, Batman's there, and the Flash is there. Here's Lois over here going, hey, where's Clark? You know, Perry White's here, but back here is Lex Luthor for some reason, and they're all like, happy birthday, Superman, right? So like, okay. So I made the joke over here, and I said, hey, I'm surprised that people didn't blame Zack Snyder for the meaningless collateral damage Superman is causing here, but I'm sure they're happy that he's smiling at least, right?
Got two quote tweets. What are the quote tweets?
At least he's smiling, just like, oh, there's an emergency. We're gonna break through. We're gonna break through the fucking wall, and then you know that there's all that damage. Just like, hey,
why the use of the
that's so sweet.
Like when you had put that out, when you put that out, I mean, I could have, I didn't read the comments, but I could be. I could just look and know what the comments would have been. A lot of stupidity.
It was
that's from a comic. That's from a comic,
right? Right. But I was just
funny. That's funny.
But I was being funny because look, anybody, it's just what I say a lot of times. Anybody who like watch the animated series or you read the comics and everything, or like, you know, there's always a ton of collateral damage going on, and so like in Man of Steel, it makes sense, right? But I had people come at me like, and there's some here that I have, man, my gosh, man, I didn't even know. I mean, like,
why the use of the N-word? Like,
I don't know, man, but yeah. So this one I hadn't seen. It says, is that low key?
It's just like, right, dude, come on, here.
But like, here's somebody says, is that low key Lex Luthor in the background plotting? Right? It says, happy birthday. You know, here's somebody. You know, this is just saying happy birthday. You know, whatever. Here's somebody telling me to hear myself. I don't know what I said. I don't know what I said that was so bad. And then here's somebody says, honestly, mate, those collateral damage comments were always stupid. You had people who loved the DCEU and in the comics moaning about it.
That is true.
And that's
I'm what?
I'm
what?
I'm something.
I'm disappointed.
It was just I'm. Like, okay. But okay. But it didn't stop there. It didn't stop there though. It didn't stop there. So so there was what I think is really funny. What I think is really funny is this comment right here, the N-word hear yourself comment. That was fine, but they hid this where somebody was just showing his smile and Lex Luthor in the background, and they also hid happy birthday Zack Snyder. Cannot wait to see Rebel Moon. Thank you, Netflix. Like,
Twitter is so sensitive.
They said that might be controversial. But then, okay, so then Kenny was here. It says, honestly, I don't see a problem with this panel. Everyone here is celebrating Superman's birthday. I didn't say there was a problem with it though. It was a joke, right? And so it says at least he didn't use a person to smash through the wall. Snyder wouldn't see a problem if he did. To which then Film Goblin says, like who?
Like who?
Yeah.
But okay, so this was the main guy who gave me a hard time. Tony Tornado, and he follows me. I follow him, and so I never know. You know, like I try to be careful with how I respond that I don't get too, you know, personal or anything. But he says, look, not everyone, Poindexter Lounge, not everyone liked Man of Steel, and it wasn't received well with critics. Okay. What are you talking about?
Time, it wasn't received well with critics.
Right.
That has changed dramatically.
Right. It says, but he says, what are you talking about? And this is where he lost me because he goes, keep coping and seething.
Oh,
now,
Jesus
come on,
Christ.
guys. Like you guys see me on here like all the time, and am I coping and seething over any of this stuff?
Never,
I mean,
never.
No.
I mean, I feel like I've been very understanding of the situation, you know, and I mean, I'm not like happy right now about the fact that Henry Cavill's not Superman anymore, but I'm not like coping and seething and, you know, doing all that stuff. And so it was funny because I answered him and I said, what did I say here? Where is it?
People, man of the Grant Morrison
where's the other one? Yeah, well, you know what? I don't think my original.
You gotta go up, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think my original answer to him is here.
You gotta click it again, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know what's going on. But my original answer is not here. Hold on.
Did it get like deleted or something, or like did Twitter take it down because they didn't like it, or what?
Not everyone liked it.
Okay, so here was. He says not everyone liked it. Okay, but this wasn't. I said, yeah, that sounds like a you problem. This was my second answer to him. So this is something. Guy, I think he may have deleted a comment because I had said to him, it's a joke. It was just a joke. It wasn't meant to be like oh my God, we got rid of, you know, Henry Cavill. And so I said, you know, sorry you didn't get the joke. I don't have to cope because I'm a DC fan that loves all versions. It wasn't a statement on Man of Steel, but anyone who reads Superman comics or even watched the animated series knows that he breaks a lot of stuff. And, you know, that's all I was saying.
All-Star Superman, I own that.
Yeah, and then it got more pleasant. You know, he's talking about, you know, like, you know, talking about not having Henry Cavill didn't look like a joke to me. And I was like, okay. And so he talked about, you know, that, and then I just said, look, man, I do love, this was the comment I was looking for. Look, man, I do love Henry Cavill as Superman, yes, but if you watch my channel at all, you will know that I fully support seeing what the future brings. I'm bummed how things went down, but I haven't done any streams or had any big issue like some people have done. That's just not me. And so that was a pleasant one. You know, that one turned out kind of pleasant. But then there was where was the other one?
You gotta go up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So here's George and George, man. Justin got dropped. Okay, so here was George, and this kind of made me crack up because George comes and says, "You're an idiot. That's a comic book. It's not real life. They know the difference." And I said, "Do they? I don't think they've read a comic book before. Did you just call me an idiot?" And he's like, "Yeah, and yeah, ideological dude in opposing talk." Smiley face. So I was like, well, if I'm an idiot, maybe you can explain to me two things. Number one, why is Lex Luthor at Superman's birthday party? Two, why is Pete Ross and Lana Lang also there? Mm-hmm. Because they're friends of Clark Kent from Smallville. Three, why Superman would have to destroy a wall when he has X-ray vision and could have just seen it was a surprise party.
True.
And so George answered and said Lex was suffering from momentary good guy syndrome. Pete and Lana are there as the sub-legion to make sure the party goes off, and Jimmy laced the walls with lead, apparently the whole building, to prevent Superman from using his X-rays. And Superman property damage helped the economy by hiring contractors to repair stuff. So George was, you know, it was comedic. But yeah, my tweet apparently was very controversial today.
Oh boy!
Yeah, and there was a very important tweet that you showed, but you didn't acknowledge.
What's that? Just now?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, hold on a second. Let me. What
The replies.
In the replies. Right here.
No, not that one.
Where?
You gotta go back.
In the general one.
The general channel.
Wait, hold on. Up where? For that thread? Were you talking about
man, it was shown earlier, but
oh, you go back.
Oh no, not the MODOK one. Oh no.
Did you like the MODOK one?
Oh, I saw
like
that.
that
I'm
one.
like, what is this?
I did like that one, but
it's me
there was
morphing into
there was a
MODOK.
comment.
That's amazing, man.
There's your moment of zen right there.
You know
That's
what?
That's Enosh. Oh, because somebody answered this. This was funny. Somebody somebody said love it. Anthony loved it. He was laughing, and then somebody said it was called because I just put ENOSH, and then they put what was it?
Enosh.
Yeah, it was so. What did they put? They put something, and I can't remember. It was funny because it was something nerd or superhero. So it was like it was pretty funny. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, I think I do it better. I think I do it better than what was in the movie. If I'm being honest,
it's a funny. I love that it became memes. I love it becomes memes.
Yeah, I think
it's pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh, it's an original too. You gotta go up.
Yeah. There's no way we can let you get away with that.
Okay, so up
click
from here.
The tweet again. Now go up. I think so. Go up.
Right here. I still got to do these topics, by the way, but okay, not tonight. But
no, I like
where
that
here
so much.
No, this is tonight's stream. So what are you talking? Was it in this one?
That's what Austin, Justin's talking about. Where is it? Right there.
Oh, shut up! You just did that.
No. I mean,
well.
Yeah,
you
dummy. Yeah, but that was so much better. What was brought up that video was so much better.
Get out of here.
Well. Oh boy, Justin.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness, Justin Prepper. How dare you? You have fooled me once again.
Well.
Well.
Great.
So
shall we continue?
Yes, we should continue, but I do have to show this because this was funny. I didn't see this one. RC cinematic verse. After seeing that, apparently he just couldn't take it. So he's got to bleach out his eyes there. So anyway, so fun stuff. But yeah, and also just to answer everybody, you know what? I'm doing really good, guys. You know what? It is I am not I know a lot of stuff has happened over the weekend and stuff, but I did a little stream yesterday. I apologize also, for some reason YouTube didn't stop my stream yesterday. So I ended up having to take down the whole thing. I had to delete the whole thing because it was the only way to get it to shut off. But
dang.
Yeah, it was weird. But it was, in the car kind of thing. We just had a really good talk yesterday, and so I just want everybody to know.
I saw a little bit of that. I didn't see the whole thing, but
yeah, I want to thank everybody for your support. I want to thank everybody for showing your love. A lot of people reached out to me and said, "Hey, how you doing?" With stuff that's been going on, and I'm doing really good. And no worries, no problems, man.
A lot of people worried about you, man. But hey,
yeah,
good to know that you're doing well, man. Good to know you're doing well.
Yeah, so I'm very very thankful for the people who support the lounge and support me and my family, and you guys are just really awesome. Here's something that I just wanted to show before we jump into the first topic, and that is I've been noticing, AI is really big right now. And
dude, yeah, I've been seeing that too.
So my Instagram feed is filled with people doing AI of Superman. And so I want to show you, I wanted to get you guys' opinions on some various Superman, you know, stuff that I see. What do you guys think of this design?
Wait, can I yell again?
No, don't yell. just speak your mind.
I mean, with enthusiasm. Like if it's good, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you like this?
Yeah.
Really? You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like if like Superman like had a an important event to go to.
Yeah, I could kind of see that.
It's almost like the Admiral, like Star Trek kind of look, you know.
It seems like the Cocaine Bear look.
Nothing about this reminds me of Cocaine Bear. Just saying.
How is that Cocaine Bear related? I just want to know.
I don't know.
No, it's very white. So,
but the golds with the white and the navy and
the
stuff
gold,
is very
the
cool.
gold S looks very fantastic. Like
so,
that does
24 karat. Awesome. You know,
and his hair looks really good in this too. It's a nice mix. It's got a Henry Cavill kind of look, but you know it's not exact. And so there's that. There's also this, which is based upon what's his name? Was his name Wolfgang? The guy that
guy looks like he's on cocaine in the clouds. Like it's just so silly.
The clouds are made of cocaine.
Like he's like in his own universe, like on acid, just like yes, everything is awesome. You know, like
everything is cool when you're part of a team.
I'm part of a team. Yeah, exactly. And it just looks completely silly. Like he's clearly on something.
All right, well, there's that. Here's this one.
That one looks a little weird.
Yeah, his head looks weird. I don't understand all these weird textures, man, that they keep trying to put into a suit, man. Like, we don't need all those textures.
No
and they squished his head. It's like, I think it's supposed to be the same guy as this guy, but they squished his head or something. I don't know what they did to him.
Wait, Enosh, there's something I'm noticing. I don't know why, but it looks like on my end that like this artwork looks like as if this Superman has like a little bulge going on in a certain area. So he is gonna.
Well, for Justin, we'll for this be all for research for Justin. Justin, right. You can tell us. Do you see some bulge there? There's like a shadow. Kind of follows this line here, but you know
that's something in football what we call a cup that protects your crotch. You know, like if somebody decides, you know, to do a low ball, you know, sort of
a low ball,
sort of, you know, nail in the crotch. You know,
does this look like the kind of face that's low balling to you?
I think, you know what, that guy is totally straight and he's a cock tease. So, whatever.
Wow.
But
okay. Then there's this.
Yeah, but Whoa. That guy looked like it was a high school, you know, yearbook picture. But anyways, this guy, is he supposed to be?
I wasn't promoting. Wait. I stopped promoting porn. I wasn't promoting porn. Look, even Richard Donner himself talked about in Superman the movie that they had to decide with Christopher Reeve. Does he have a bulge? Does he not have a bulge? Because if he has a bulge, you got to go full on and give him the bulge, or there could be nothing there, right?
Sure.
I mean,
listen, he looked like the drunk Superman from Superman. I believe it was Superman.
Yes,
3, right?
But it's a comic book accurate.
Yes. So Fourth 1000 here with the $5 super chat. Thank you. Fourth 1000 says, want to see some creepy AI art? Look up video Clive Barker's Ghostbusters. Weird, wired. But yeah, no, yeah.
No, it's weird. It's weird.
So yeah. So
hey, you guys want to go on the dark web? I'm just kidding.
No. So I will say this: Christopher's eyes here.
Reeve, yeah.
Look at those eyes.
It's realistic. It's definitely.
But you know what I do like about the
weird.
Yeah. But you know what I do like about this outfit? It doesn't have the weird texture. It's nice and smooth. It like looks good. But this one. I really like this one. This kind of looks cool.
I do too.
The underwear looks a little bit. They're not the
torso
underwear,
messed up.
Yeah, the torso's a little weird. It's a little too tight.
It's not messed up. No.
Well,
I
okay.
think...
I will say this. Even the most form-fitting thing is not going to be this defined into the creases, like.
Oh, I hope it is
with a shirt, but this kind of looks plasticky over here.
It's too plastic.
Yeah, it's a little plasticky, but he looks good. I think that he looks good. But again, there's weird texture.
He is so fucking hot.
Okay.
Whoa.
Not here, man.
Well, Justin has his preferences, so I mean, like you got.
Oh yeah,
okay.
I respect him. I respect him.
So then there's this. Then there's Cowboy Superman.
Cowboy Superman.
All right, he's hot in a different way. He's like a Clint Eastwood kind of hot. So
I could see that.
This is Superman. This would be a cool Elseworlds tale, right?
Yeah,
like Superman in the Old West.
Like an alternate universe.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
It's kind of like it's like a Clint Eastwood. If Clint Eastwood were to beat Superman. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, no, I kind of dig this one for what it is. Then there's the Blue Beetle one, or not Blue Beetle. Yeah, Booster Gold.
That looks ridiculous. That looks ridiculous because that's not Superman. That's like Chris.
Well, no,
Chris Hemsworth. Like
it's Booster Gold.
Set,
it's Booster Gold. It's not supposed to be Superman. But then there's this, which is very similar to that other one.
Wolfgang. I mean, Wolfgang does look like Superman. I don't want the guy.
He's got a good look. He looks a little young.
Yeah.
But besides looking a little young, I think he's got a good look for it. There was this one.
That looks like a Superman that.
That's like a Jason Momoa.
Yeah, that's like if Jason Momoa became Superman.
The one before, like that guy was like young, and he like had beautiful eyes that you could fall in love with.
Daniel's
but like this guy is like a man that you want to have a beer with.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of a younger Mark Wahlberg almost.
Yeah, just like
younger
all right. Yeah.
So there's that.
I can see this Superman
a younger
like
Mark
being
Wahlberg. That's a good point.
Then there's this one. Henry Cavill when he played Superman. Henry Cavill, if he continued to play Superman for as long as Snyder fans wanted him to.
Oh,
bro, the guy is
that's actually kind of a good point. That's a good point. I'm sorry.
The guy's literally like 39. He could have played Superman for another 10 years. That's like,
yeah.
And I agree with you on that, Anthony. It's just the thing is though, it's like how long would he like actually be there if he did continue though? Because I mean, like if he did stay in the DCU, which trust me, I wish to God that he did stay, but I mean, it's like it's understandable why he didn't. But it's
but it would have been 10 years, gentlemen, because of the plan.
You're going to start off the universe.
And Godfather Prime's face is just so disappointed in how gay the conversation went.
Okay.
It's just like so disappointed and bored.
Okay.
And he's still just they're like,
all right. Well, next we got this.
That's a cool shot.
That looks decent. Now that looks decent. That looks nice.
Yeah. So you agree, Godfather Prime, that he is hot.
No, I'm just saying.
Don't put words in his mouth or Superman in his mouth.
No.
Then here's Wonder Woman. I'm
just messing with you.
This is cool.
Yeah,
this is actually cool.
Oh my
God!
Now her muscles is a little bit too big. That's a little bit. But
sorry, I can't see.
I can't take that away.
Fuck you, Godfather Prime. My goodness, this is one of the reasons why I thought I was straight for 20 years. My God.
Well, I gotta say, like with something like this, I mean, like if it's an Amazon, yeah, if you're talking real Amazons, like they're gonna be.
Oh, the one from Zack Snyder Justice League when
she,
Wonder Woman, she's just right now.
Yes, she is just she's feminine enough. At the same time, she's very strong and powerful.
Right. That's why I said like her arms just a little bit smaller. That's cool. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know. It's more like
I see what you're saying, man. Because
actually, the people
yeah.
I remember Zack saying Justice League, the Amazonians was strong, like book club, they were strong too.
Yeah,
right.
Which was great. It was great.
I'll put it like this. I would say this now. If you just want to compare everything with Gal had the height and she had the look.
Oh yes,
but her body and her physique, she's too frail.
Yeah.
Now, if you get a body shape like a Gina Carano or something like this, just a tad, just a little bit, you have a perfect size. You have a perfect size Diana. So you have to look at it from that. But other than
also, what's her name back in the day who played Xena? Xena Warrior Princess.
You talk about Lucy Lawless?
Yes, Lucy Lawless. I think back in the day,
back in the oh my god,
she would have been perfect, been absolutely dead on perfect.
Oh yeah, she would have been perfect.
Lucy Lawless. Yes.
Then we got this.
Typical Superman look.
Yeah,
that's really good.
What's weird is his body is very big, and his face is very skinny.
His neck is
the people who created this said that they were trying to go for a Christopher Reeve look, and I don't see Christopher Reeve there.
I don't see it either.
I don't see Christopher Reeve there. Then there's this. Looks like kind of cosplay.
That's it. Cosplay Elseworld. If you want to do Elseworld,
that's cool. But
it looks like a Halloween costume you could do. Sure.
Yeah, he kind of looks like my ex. So let's.
Oh my god!
Azteca says this is Tony Robbins' Man of Steel.
Let's move on, please.
He looks like he has a cool. Okay.
No.
Then I just like long-haired Superman, so I saw this one. I was just like, it's not. I mean, it's kind of AI.
You mean the mullet? No, I'm joking.
The mullet. No, you're not. Like mullet Superman. Like this guy's like, don't do drugs, kids.
Oh, Christopher.
Otherwise, you're gonna end up in that little green.
A lot of cats like the mullet. You know what I mean?
But it's not a mullet though.
I don't like
this. Here's the thing though.
It's
it's not a mullet though. A mullet is short on the top and the sides and long in the back. This Superman, except for there was like a couple of covers where somebody drew it really weird and stupid looking.
Yeah, like a party in the back, but
even what's Dan Jurgens himself? We had that conversation when I interviewed Dan. Who helped create that look. He said no, it was never a mullet. It was long all over. And that's just long hair. It's not a mullet. Just because it's long hair doesn't make it a mullet. I love long hair Superman personally. Now this Superman, not to go to the bulge there,
long hair
but
Superman. Hey, Enoch, if you're looking for
why are you more obsessed
right
with
person
the bulge?
Well, that's just where it went. But I love long hair Superman. But this face is like really weird. It's like Danzig meets some kind of 80s metal guy. Like who?
It looks like He-Man.
Kind of, it does kind of have a He-Man look. Then there's this. I think he looks a little skinny here.
Yeah, I'm not. The face looks a little like I don't know. When it comes
still
to
looks
this
super hot, but that's just me.
Okay. And then there's Christopher Reeve with a raised.
Why does he look weird there?
It's similar to Brandon Routh, but not quite.
No, I'm talking about the face structure. It's like they took Brandon because I saw this picture on Instagram. It's Brandon Routh's face, but
I don't like the face because it seems like a morph version of that. And let's move on.
There you go.
But the suit looks good.
Yeah, I think it looks good too. I think it's a good look suit. Now here's something that I thought was interesting. It's kind of that Superboy kind of biker look, whatever, but it's Henry Cavill.
Oh my god!
Wow.
No.
That could be an Elseworld story.
Well, this is similar to Superboy's look in the comics.
Yeah, he looks like a boy, and like let's leave him in that desert. Fuck him. No.
Well, jeez. Okay.
And
then there's this. That's almost like this one's almost like a Tom Welling. This is almost like a Tom Welling, but
that looks horrible.
Yeah.
My God, was this almost
like
a high school project? my God,
maybe
that looks atrocious.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's that. But I thought it was some cool stuff. I mean, it's always interesting to see what
what goes on.
Yeah, what people are coming up with, and and all that jazz. So
yeah.
Okay.
Good old
So,
Philly.
so our topics for tonight. Let's see. Where do I want to go first? Let's see.
James Gunn.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do the James Gunn thing first because it's always interesting. James Gunn is very vocal.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I really appreciate James being very forthcoming.
Yes,
A lot of times
absolutely.
with stuff, I think that for the longest time we didn't have people who were forthcoming. Hold on a second. I'm going to show this real quick because Jay Sinise wants me to show it. So he just sent me one. So did you create this one, Jay? Or did somebody else create it and you just it looks pretty good. I mean, it's just
looks pretty good.
Yeah. I like the S. I mean, I like a nice big shield.
What's the criticism of this?
Probably maybe if I had any criticism at all, it'd just probably be that it just it looks kind of plasticky.
Or the shadow around the eyes.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, I think it's fine.
Why? It's meant to be like sort of a thumbnail sort of thing, just like it's art. That's cool. That's cool. What we were judging earlier were looks of different Supermans, and for me, whether they were hot or not. But also,
congratulations on that.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. But also, that was good. Like I don't know. I guess I don't see the point.
Okay. Well, so here's how this all started today with this whole thing because
yes, indeed.
Yeah, so it started with the news that Ben Affleck is rumored to be directing the Brave and the Bold, the Batman Brave and the Bold for DC Studios.
I love that sound effect. I don't know
what that was, but okay.
That was good.
But so I'd like to get your opinions first on this topic. What do you think about the idea? Because I saw a couple of people. I saw a couple people theorizing that not only would he direct, but still pushing the idea that he would actually end up playing Batman.
Well, I don't see that happening as him playing Batman and directing. I could see him directing, but not playing as Batman.
Right. He's not going to play. He's not going to be in the cowl. He's not going to act.
He's done.
Ben Affleck has already basically stated that he's not going to really do too much acting. His pretty much his projects that he's going to do are all going to be projects that he has written. That's why the next movie that he's actually in that he directed is Air. So that's something that he actually did, which is a nice cast. But as of just comic book movies and Batman, that all just went out the window because of what actually happened. But for directing this, he's the one that's going to direct this Batman film because they're going to utilize his script. But they're gonna, he'll do some changes to it to fit inside the DCU. But they're gonna utilize his script that he had already did. So for the people that don't know what that is that Batman script before Matt Reeves and them decided to go ahead and do the Batman. So he had a fantastic script that was laid out. That is not a rumor. That is a fact. You can go ahead and you can look it up.
Jay Lova confirmed it the other day.
Yep, it's a bona fide fact. He had a fantastic script, one of the best Batman scripts, and with that, they're going to utilize that and let Ben just go ahead and direct it. So Deathstroke, we're going to see Deathstroke. We're definitely going to get Deathstroke.
Really, you think we're going to get Deathstroke?
Yes, because they're going to use the script because Deathstroke is in it. That wasn't part of the script. It was Deathstroke.
Yeah,
that's one of the villains that James Gunn is using. He's already he basically put it out there to let you know who he's using. So
Well, I think it'll be interesting to see if they actually use that script. I mean, I don't know.
It'll make more sense because when studios do scripts, they buy those scripts. Now sometimes they don't even utilize those scripts. They're going to utilize that script. Why keep a good script that the old regime chose not to utilize? You're going to utilize that script. So you already ready to go. All they got to do is do some critiques to it, change up some stuff, because now they're inserting Damien. Now they're going to insert the Bat family. Now we're going to find out exactly how they're going to incorporate this, his part into the DCU. So you have to take that into consideration. All we know what the Batman was that, from what we know from the script that was prior, was that was going to get a backstory with Robin, or what happened to Dick Grayson, which we already know what happened. We're going to find out exactly what happened between him and the Joker. We're also going to have something with him and Deathstroke. And yeah, right. And for people that seen Zack Snyder's Justice League, we already know what that was going to lead into, because Lex Luthor told Deathstroke who Batman was. He told him he was Bruce Wayne. That's what we're going to get in the Batman. So now we can critique that script, and they're going to utilize that. So, I mean, they don't really have to write anything. They have it. They just got to critique it. He's going to direct that. That's just a given, you know. And as long as they have some negotiations and whatever it is that him and James Gunn, you know, so it is what it is.
That's fine. But I will say, wouldn't it be really interesting to see like a different Batman for the fifth time, and the
general audience doesn't
in the last decade or so, or 11 years. Yeah.
That's basically what I said. For everybody that's not paying attention, they're going to utilize that script, but they're going to critique it. Critique means change things. It's not going to be directly.
No, that's not what critique.
Well, no, that's not what critique means. But I know what Prime's trying to say.
Critique means finish stuff up and add stuff to it.
Well, no, critique means critique actually means to judge it. So I get what Justin's saying, but no, I get what Prime is saying. Justin, Prime is saying that they're going to adjust it and use it,
you know. Yeah, and then we are going to judge it, critique it, you know, like we have with the various other Batmans, the various Spider-Mans that we've done, you know, over the last 10 years, you know, and you know, I mean, it's not unfair, you know, to critique like each performance. You know, it's like we like what we like, and we don't like what we don't like. And,
the script is not gone.
Yeah, and
it's not gone. It's not gone. Yeah, it's not gone, and we don't know everything that was in it. I mean, we know various parts of it.
Matt Reeves read that entire script, but he didn't really reveal
he called it amazing.
Yeah, it all comes down to
it was amazing.
Yeah. Like,
which is weird because a lot of people have talked about that, you know, because Ben was really hard on himself with that script apparently, you know, and said that he didn't feel like he could you know, he had a hard time, you know, cracking, you know, that script and, you know, and getting the script that he wanted out of it. But like a lot of people who've read that script have all said it's been, you know, it was the most amazing Batman, you know, ever. You know,
it was like James Bond. It was James Bond-esque. Yeah, that's what my words called it.
I used the wrong word.
So yeah, no, you're good, man. You're good. I understood what you're saying.
No, it's okay. I wasn't trying to. You know,
I know. It's don't worry about it. It's a non sequitur. It's okay. So Alien, you know, Alien. I see what you're saying too, because I don't know for sure that they would necessarily use that script. It's possible. I think that if he's directing it, that I could definitely see them borrowing from it, you know, because if he's directing it, you know, he's already got a lot of time into it. They got a lot of money into that script. already with Ben and and everybody who was working on it. So I could see that it's possible that that if Ben is directing this, that's how it would turn out. Here's going to be the funny thing. And, in these next couple stories, we'll be talking about the fans, in some capacity.
Oh, goody.
So we're in a position, right, that fans are just either, there's a lot of people who are accepting of what's, coming and, the changes and James Gunn, whatever. But at the same time, there's people who I have just seen, and I'm sure you guys have too, every excuse in the book just to attack James Gunn. Like just nonsense stuff. I mean, what he got up on the left hand side of the bed today. Oh, well, that shows that he's gonna suck at it, and it's gonna, the entire DCEU is gonna suck. And people just throw out this hyperbole stuff.
The left hand side of
right. Yeah.
Well, bed. Because he's left wing.
No, that's not really why I was going there. It was just because if I said the right side of the bed, then you would have thought he got it. Like there's a right side and a wrong side. I was just making it that it was a side of the bed. But but no, I think what's weird. I think what's weird about this is that there are so many people who are literally just trying to find any excuse to try to tear down anything to do with DC right now going forward and like what this is going to be. Yeah. People just making up a bunch of hyperbole, just a bunch of nonsense that, it's just going to suck. They don't even know what it is, but they're automatically assuming that it's going to suck, that it's going to, be horrible, that they're going to hate it. And like I've said, look, we could be here 4 or 5 years from now and I could be doing shows about how I hate this and I think it sucks. Or I could be doing shows about how good it is, because we don't know, and we're not going to know until we see it. But there are a lot of people who very much especially in this, in the Snyder, verse movement, the Snyder Cut movement, who love Ben Affleck. Yeah. Right. I think it's funny because people have turned on Henry Cavill at some point and, said, oh, Henry Cavill, doesn't care and, and whatnot and, and attacked Henry Cavill. They've done the same thing to Jason Momoa. They've done, they've done things to others, who have participated, in, like Peacemaker, with Ezra Miller and stuff like that. But Ben, right, exactly. And so I think it's going to be interesting if Ben does end up directing The Brave and the Bold. Where does it leave those people?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, it's going to leave those. It's going to make those people look very, very foolish. Because if they start really attacking,
I can definitely see them definitely looking like idiots. If The Brave and the Bold is really good, and it's
I'm just saying, like what Draga's saying here. What Draga's saying is here, like now they're going to start saying that Affleck is a traitor because anybody who does anything, like Zack Snyder himself has congratulated James Gunn on this, and has said I hope that things are good. Like even when Henry was coming back, Zack wasn't going to direct those movies, but he told Henry Cavill hey, good for you. I'm so glad that you're back, and whatnot. So I just feel like if he does end up directing this Batman film, there's going to be a lot of fans who are going to have to do some soul searching as to whether or not they're going to just start spitting out a bunch of nonsense about how Affleck is a traitor and he's working with James Gunn. And so obviously, he doesn't care about Zack anymore and all that stuff, or
typical Twitter stuff,
or they're going to have to swallow a lot of their pride and a lot of the things that they've said and say, oh, well, maybe it'll be good.
They got to get over it, man. Eventually they just got to get over it. Grow up. They just gotta grow up and get over it because this is coming, regardless of the fact. Everything is coming, so it doesn't matter what they say or what they do. They can complain, they can bitch, they can cry, they can scream, they can do whatever it is that they want. It's coming. So regardless of the fact, if you are a DC person and that's who you proclaim, that's who you are. If you're a DC person, you're going to sit your narrow ass down and enjoy the film. Now, if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you love it, you love it. It's simple as that. Yeah. So they gotta grow up.
Draga brings up a good point. Well, but what if Zack works with James Gunn? Does that mean Zack Snyder is a traitor to himself?
Oh yes, he's a traitor. He's a traitor. Because people forget
the way the cult thinks, I will not be surprised.
Well, people have tried to tell me that I'm a traitor to Ray Fisher, for example, because I said like I want to see the Flash because I'm very interested in what that movie's gonna take, and I think that it's really weird, right? But I think it's really weird right now, guys, that we live in this day and time where Prime, you hit it exactly, that like entitled fans that demand everything be their way, and then also people acting like that they understand how the entertainment industry works, and they don't. And look, I've never worked in movies, but I've worked in television with television studios. I've worked in radio. I've been a musician in the entertainment industry, toured and recorded and all that stuff. And so like you get a handle on how things work. This guy
was the lead singer of Van Halen. Oh my God.
Right. Well, but you get an idea.
He was fantastic.
But you get an idea. I'm just saying, hold on. I'm just saying you get an idea. You get an idea of how the entertainment industry works. These people are like really caught up in their own emotions, and they've attached all their own emotions to something that they have no idea how this stuff actually works, and they think that they act like people are just like like Henry Cavill is just huddled and angry and hurt and stuff, and I'm sure he's very disappointed. I'm sure he's very upset about some things that have happened or whatnot. But you don't see him acting as childish as the fans, right. And the same thing with Zack Snyder. Like Zack is not coming out, and I don't think that Zack would sign off on most of the stuff that you see out there with people. Trying to claim that they're fighting for Zack, or that they've got Zack's best interest at heart. And the thing is, those people haven't even met Zack Snyder. They don't know anything about Zack Snyder. They don't know like what he's about or like what he wants. But they're fighting for stuff that just really doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so go ahead.
Highlight that Sierra's comment. It's a good thing that person brought that up, so I'm gonna nip that in the bud right now. Right there, what he heard.
This one right here. Oh, this one. Right there. So he says, I heard that WBD might sold themselves in 5 years, like in Amazon, for example, and they wanted this slate to be successful, so it can be a successful sales pitch.
Okay, so I see that going around with a lot of. There's a like a little picture. With the gentleman,
that fake picture, yeah.
Now, y'all need to understand, okay? Warner Brothers is not going to be eligible to resell the company until 2026. That's 3 years out. Now, for the people that have a brain and they understand business, they need to understand is this: they're not going to sell. All right, people are throwing it out there thinking that Zaslav will actually resell. No, he's not. He's trying to get Warner Brothers and trying to get them in the black. He has a property. He has tons of IPs. Warner Brothers, with DC being one of them, they have a gold mine. Do you really, really think they're going to sell that and they know they got a gold mine on their hands with all the IPs that they have? I'm just going to name 3. You have DC, you have Harry Potter, and you have the Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. That's why they're going to do a Lord of the Rings. Now, there's a lot of speculation out there on how they're going to do it because Lord of the Rings is going to be very, very hard. We got Lord of the Rings trilogy. We got The Hobbit. Okay, it was all good.
And they might get Peter Jackson back.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The reason why they got to do Lord of the Rings is because if they don't utilize the license, they will lose it.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
They just
they gotta utilize it. So they would lose it. So for the people that are out there that's saying, well, they're going to sell it. Y'all just saying that because y'all want somebody to take DC and do what you want. It's not going to happen.
It's not based on any kind of knowledge. It's not based on any kind of conventional wisdom. It's not based on any kind of idea of how the business works or like why it would even do that. Like you said, Prime, it's all based on people's. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. Can I finish my own thought here for a second before you chime in? Okay. But no, it is. It's not based on any kind of actual, brain power or knowledge or insider knowledge or understanding of how these things work. It's literally built on somebody's emotion and what they want to see, and they're mad, they're butthurt because things didn't turn out the way that they want. And I get being disappointed. Okay, I get being disappointed. I'm disappointed that Henry Cavill's not Superman right now too, but like, are you just going to be mad your whole entire life? Are you going to are you just going to let that control you, for however long, and like you're never going to like anything again? So you're going to tell me that I understand loving the Snyderverse, because the Snyderverse has been my favorite version of the of these characters, right? But are you just going to sit around and just act like, well, anything that ever comes from this point on is just going to be, I will not accept it. I will not accept it.
And I would say this as well, because a lot of people are going to say, well, they're in debt. Well, of course they're going to be in debt. That's not the new establishment, the new regime's fault. That is all from the old regime, ladies and gentlemen. The old regime. Yeah. That's from the old regime for all the practices that they done. So let me tell y'all something just about the business. If you actually listen to the actual financial meeting or the financial call that was actually put out there, Warner Brothers is actually right now, as of that last year, they actually got them $7 billion closer to being out of debt. Okay, now they're $39 billion still in debt. But this is the thing that people did not listen to and what they did not know. They have $3.2 billion to spend cash. So that debt does not matter. Mm-hmm. So whatever it is with IPs that they got that's coming out, any projects, that's why they've been axing everything. Everything that's new. All the movies that's coming out from WB, anything that's coming out, they make a profit, that knocks it down. So in the next couple of years, and I projected this, I would say in 5 years, if they stay on this trajectory, they do $7 billion and they knock it down $7 billion per year, which they can do. That's not hard, especially if they're axing everything. Yeah, and then they're going to get a profit. That's not going to be hard with all the stuff that they have. They stay on that trajectory, they will be able to get not only they will get even, but they will get in the black. Once they get in the black, sky's the limit. So we're going to see what they will actually do as of this year and how closer they will be. Because if the Flash gets $1 billion, which I believe it will, I believe that Shazam, people don't think Shazam is going to do that good. That's fine. That's fine. Aquaman 2 is only going to do good because of Jason Momoa and word of mouth or whatever, what is going on right now. Blue Beetle is going to do good. I'm just talking about DC. I ain't talking about all the other Warner Brothers stuff from New Line and from Warner Brothers themselves. So they are absolutely fine of what's going to happen. I mean, what's going to move forward. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So people need to look at that. They ain't even pay attention to that. They just relinquished $7 billion. $7 billion. That's a lot of money. The debt is not 49. The debt is 39. Thank you. So, yes. So with the debt being 39, they was just, even with the $7 billion and some of the other stuff they relinquished, there was over $50 billion.
That's a lot. Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
That's from the old regime.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But this the thing I just said. That they have, and I'm gonna shut up after this. People fail to realize this, dude. They're just in debt. They're not in bankruptcy. If they was in bankruptcy, that'd be completely different.
They're not like Fox, who became bankrupt.
Right. That's why they had to sell their assets. That's why they had to sell them. That's why Disney got them and they messed it all up. They don't even know what to do with it. So you have to look at it like that. They're just in debt, and what they're looking at and how
projecting, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. You gotta wait to clear debt. And the key thing is for them to do all these other IPs and movies, they got $3.2 billion cash that they can use. $3.2 billion cash.
Yep.
So you gotta look at it like that. That is
right.
major right there. That is major.
All right.
No, I think I think that it's a little premature to start thinking about what they're doing. I mean, they have a plan. They're obviously moving forward with that plan. I've said all along, I think that this idea that like, oh, they don't have any money. Listen, that's why you get investors. You know what I mean? Like you get people to invest in these films to be able to put out these films and be able to distribute these films and make these films stuff. So, they don't have to have all these millions of dollars sitting around to make these films. You get people to invest in the film, and you show them by this is what the film entails. This is what we're doing. You set the precedent by putting out good films. And I think that's what they've got. That's the important thing that Warner Brothers has to do at this point, along with DC, is just put out good films. Just put out good stuff, and you do that.
Exactly.
You
it's
make your profit back.
Oh my God, what this rant has come down to is, oh my God, put out good films.
Yes.
Jesus, we could have saved ourselves.
But no,
20 fucking minutes.
No, there's a lot of
just
good,
like
there's a lot of good discussion there. There's a lot of good.
Let's just
shut up.
Good movies.
Shut up. No, there's a lot of good discussion there because there's a lot of stuff.
There
that
was.
But
there
okay.
was.
There was. But here's what it comes down to. Here's what this comes down
And
to.
there's
So
also the rumors that WB want to do Curse Childs, the Harry Potter books.
Yeah,
So,
there's more coming.
Yeah,
They have
there's more
look.
stuff
They've got
coming. They're working with
Zaslav
J.K.
has said
Rowling to redo a deal.
right. Zaslav has said right that look, we've got a ton of great IPs and great things that if we utilize it well, we will make money.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Lord of the Rings is one of them.
that's the end result right there, is to make money. And so if they utilize it well, they'll make money. So moving along, so that was the take, was that Ben Affleck maybe directing The Brave and the Bold, and and then there was like these like little sub rumors that maybe he'll play Batman. I don't think that he's going to play Batman. I think that they are going forward. I think that the only chance that we have of anything like that is going to be later down the road if they do a Crisis crossover thing and they start bringing people back into it and stuff like that. I don't know. We could watch the Flash movie and it could be totally different. I don't know, but we'll see. But anyway, so this was the point that started then this thing with James Gunn. Because here's somebody says, didn't Gunn say in a previous interview that Affleck's not directing Brave and the Bold? I get that Gunn is something of a professional liar, but still. And
this is where the idiots. This is where I like this with the idiots.
Can we stop?
Go ahead.
Can we stop? And here's what I love. Gunn actually called this out because honestly, this is this has gotten out of hand. It's just gotten out of hand. Where it's like now we're just making things up. We're just but the problem is there are people who speak fluently. They speak well, and so when they make up a false claim like that, it's easy for people to go, oh, yeah, James Gunn is a liar, and then because James Gunn is the enemy. Right now, they've labeled James Gunn the enemy, so it doesn't matter what he does. Like I said, if he gets up in the morning and he's breathing oxygen, he is bad. Now, Darkness, yes, Darkness. You had one comment before we necessarily moved on. So what's that comment?
I just have to say one thing. Who cares?
No, not you, Justin. Justin, not you. Darkness.
Yeah. So
No, you know what?
Again.
No. You know what?
What?
No. Fuck it. Who cares if Ben Affleck is directing this movie? Who cares?
Well, I do.
Why does it matter? As long as it's a good movie.
Well,
like, who
no,
cares?
Justin,
like,
because
it's a stupid argument that
Directors
has been
matter.
going on for 30 minutes.
It's because
And
people on
ultimately,
social media.
what does it matter?
It matters
As
a lot
long
because
as it's
he's
a good movie. Who cares?
But why is it going to be a good movie? It's going to be a good movie.
I don't care. I don't care. Like
Justin,
who
I love you.
directs it.
But Justin, I love you. But the directors matter. Directors matter because directors get the performance out of those actors. The directors are able to frame a story. You can write a great story, but it won't necessarily be a good screenplay, and it won't necessarily translate well onto screen. So the thing is Ben Affleck is an Academy Award winning director and writer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so the thing is,
Good Will Hunting. Yes.
But it does matter if it's an interesting discussion because Ben has played Batman. Ben loves Batman. Ben has a bat cave in his house. Okay, where literally his basement or whatever it is, like it's literally like set up like the Bat cave. So that was before he played Batman. He loves that character. He is absolutely obsessed with the character of Batman. So if you have somebody like that who's taking over that role of directing that film, of possibly writing that film or adapting a script that he wrote before when it was going to be for his movie of him playing Batman, that matters because there's a passion there. There's a talent there. There's a vision there. And that will portray onto the screen better than somebody who's just like, oh, well, we had a good story, but, like give it to anybody. You know what I mean? Like it does matter, Justin.
I know it does matter, but like, harping on it for like so long is just annoying.
Well, I think I don't think that we're not harping on it. We're just but I think that the people like
but yes, you are correct. When you have somebody who has portrayed Batman and knows Batman, and has portrayed Batman for 10 years, it's very important to have somebody, in the director's chair to be able to do that so accurately, and who has experience there. Like, yeah. I get that, but like at the same time, I'm like, can we move on? Like I get it. I think
it's part of the discussion though, but it's part of the discussion, and it's where we're leading right now to the next part of this. It's not we're not just on this, but
I am very sorry, but I'm just like, oh my
no, you're fine. But darkness actually asked in the private chat to be able to make a comment, and then you jumped in on him. So darkness, what was your comment before we moved on? I
love you, man.
Justin, it's all good. But I just want to say this real quick. It's probably not going to sound right, but I do want to get this thought out there though. If like Ben Affleck does indeed direct this film, which I would not be surprised if he does, and to your point, Prime, when you said that that the old script is going to be most likely used in this new Batman Brave and the Bold movie, what I feel like could also happen is like, because Damian's going to be in this, Ben Affleck and or whoever's directing this, well, if Ben Affleck doesn't direct indeed, could actually utilize or take inspiration from the Son of Batman storyline and combine that with some of what Ben had to offer in his old script.
Yep.
And I think also is important to know is like, if the general audience, I sound like Ben Shapiro Droga, but my point is though, is that if the general audience really cares about this movie, which they obviously are going to, Ben Affleck has to make sure that Batman is, I don't want to say like, oh, totally comic accurate, but like avoid things that the general audience had issues with for example, in Batman vs Superman, like when Ben Affleck held a big gun, for example. The general audience, and I remember the comic book fans indeed, were kind of like, oh, I'm not familiar with that Batman. So it's like, if you want to make the general audience happy, and the core audience definitely, which is the general audience, you have to make sure that Batman doesn't do things that are against what he is usually against doing. If you want to get the audience truly like into it.
If you look at the Batman, that already did it. Like, if the general audience loved the Batman, So
yeah, that's true.
That looks good.
Right. And good thing that you said, and the good thing that you said with the from the animated movie, The Son of Batman, because if they're going to do Damian, they cannot use Damian from the comics. They can't do that. They can't.
Oh no, he's a John Cat. He's an
yeah. They can't use that version of Damian. They got to use the one that's from the actual animated film, and that's perfect. If they use that, that's absolutely perfect.
And combine that with what Ben originally offered.
Right. I mean, you can go a little bit violent, but you don't. But what you were saying with the general audience is that you just can't go further. Go ahead, Enosh, with the rest, because I already know.
No, we're good. We're good. I just want to make sure that everybody got their idea. Yeah. So this guy calls James Gunn a professional liar because he says, didn't Gunn say in a previous interview that Affleck's not directing Brave and the Bold? Okay.
What is this?
So that's fine. So then James Gunn himself answers and says, for years it's been my commitment to the fans that I will never lie to them, and I never have. I'd be very curious about what it is you think I've lied about. To which the person answered, not wanting to run DC and not wanting to make a Superman film for starters. And then cited this stuff where, like back in the past, he had talked about, it was reported that the DC offered me whatever film I wanted to do, including some sort of Superman film, not specifically Man of Steel 2, as I've seen reported. But I chose the Suicide Squad as it's one of my favorite properties in the world, and it's a story I wanted to tell more than any other. And then, just various other things where he made comments along the way, like saying here that like I wouldn't want Walter Hamada's job at DC or Kevin Feige at Marvel, right? And so what I think is interesting is like where people in this world all of a sudden they take these little snapshots of something that somebody said at a specific time, and then they act like act like that's never going to change, that's never going to evolve, like nothing will ever happen differently. I mean, if that was the case, well then Ben Affleck shouldn't have come back as Batman.
Yeah.
Because at one point, Ben Affleck was in a really low place in his life. He started drinking again. He was in a really bad place. He had a really horrible experience on the set of Justice League with Joss Whedon, and he left and he didn't want to do it anymore. But situations changed. I have a real problem with people who are so dense that to make a point, they will literally try to change the narrative to be something that it never was intended to be.
Exactly.
And that's what this kind of statement is right here, is that, oh, well, James, you said that you would never want to make that you don't want to make a Superman film because you made the Suicide Squad movie. You chose Suicide Squad over Superman. And then you also said that you didn't want to run DC because you said you didn't want Walter's or Kevin Feige's job, to which James Gunn answered and said,
yes,
neither of those were lies. I was offered Superman, but did Squad instead. A few years later, I saw how to tackle Superman and took it on. I didn't want to be the sole CEO of DC, but
repeat that again.
I didn't want to be the sole CEO of DC.
Whoa!
But when they came and offered it to me and Peter, I said yes because I could focus on the creative side.
He wants to
repeat that again, Enosh, so they can
hear. Kevin
for loud enough for the people in the back.
The DCEU, and that's fine.
I didn't want to be the sole CEO of DC, but when they came and offered it to me and Peter Safran, I said yes. Oh, what does that mean? It means the situation changed. It means the offer was different. It means he was at a different point in his career even.
And
it means that he was
focus on his creative
and he said, yes, because I could focus on the creative side.
Property. And he could be, essentially, not just like, for clickbait reasons, like the Kevin Feige of DCEU, but he can actually really, like, as you said, like, be the creative side, like the creative side, like Peter is the business side, He is the creative side.
He doesn't have to oversee the whole thing.
Yeah, he doesn't have to oversee the business bullshit.
He can focus on the stuff that he really enjoys.
And really enjoys and see what works with the MCU. Like, oh, Kevin did these sort of things. He did these creative things. Like, that's cool. That's cool. And let's apply some of those decisions to DC. Oh, wouldn't that be great?
Well, and then he goes on, he says, again, I've never lied, or I've never once lied to the fans and never will. That doesn't mean, listen to this, that doesn't mean I'm never going to change my mind about anything.
Boom.
I think this does not just apply to geek culture. It doesn't just apply to DC. It doesn't apply to just Marvel. This applies to everything that we experience in everyday life. We're not liars. We're not hypocrites just because we change our minds.
Right. There are people who lie. Right.
Yeah.
And we should save that designation. We should save that designation for people who actually are lying to you.
Yeah,
you think people are going to try and debunk the whole thing that James Gunn just said?
Yeah.
What's that?
You think people are going to try and debunk the whole thing that James Gunn said? It's like, oh, Gunn is lying.
Everything the guy has said, man. He's like Gunn literally said, look, I talked to Henry Cavill. We talked about it, whatever. No, I'm sure he didn't. I talked to Zack Snyder. Zack is busy doing this. He didn't show any, interest right now in doing it. Oh, no. He didn't talk to him. I that's a lie. That's a lie. Like, why would you tell a lie that could be so easily debunked? Like, if you just piss off Zack Snyder by saying, I talked to Zack Snyder and you didn't talk to Zack Snyder, and Zack Snyder feels wronged, all Zack Snyder has to do is literally oppose.
I didn't talk to him.
Well, I didn't talk to him.
But we know that he talked to him.
Right.
That's the thing. Yeah. We know that he talked to him.
Right.
Good.
So stop change. So again, you guys who are so mad about this stuff and so butthurt, and you have this self-righteousness regarding Zack Snyder, step back from it for a second, okay? And just be truthful and stop trying to manipulate the narrative and make things up. Look, I understand if somebody comes to me or somebody posts something, they say, you know what? I want to give this a chance. I'm a little concerned though, because I don't like the things that I saw out of James Gunn in the past. Right, with tweets or the things that he was involved in and stuff. Look, I can understand that. And that's a conversation.
Like, the story direction. Like, I'm not a big fan of these kind of things. Like,
or they're like I didn't like Guardians of the Galaxy. Now I don't know too many people who aren't just being just trying to be hard to deal with just to be hard to deal with, who are like, I didn't like the first Guardians of the Galaxy, because the first Guardians of the Galaxy I thought was great. I didn't even know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy, and I loved it, man. It pulled me in.
I mean, you're on a panel with a guy who is rolling their eyes, like that there's a talking raccoon and a talking tree in the movie,
right.
and we're talking about unrealistic expectations.
And that's what James Gunn.
I'm like, okay, I can get over that.
Okay.
But
can I address this? Can I address this? Fourth 1000 says, I think we're causing ourselves headaches worrying about this. It's the internet. It's a circus. So here's the thing. I want to make clear, I'm not worried about this, but here's the reality of this. Okay, this is now gone past the internet. Now you got people who are literally showing up to buildings and protesting, and you got people who are trying to get other people involved, and they're trying to do things behind the scene. And yes, there's a big internet push for these things, and there's also there's these various campaigns. And the thing is this is now starting to seep out into the news arenas where people are hearing these things. And I think that it's important that we call it for what it is. I do think that it's important that we call it for what it is and have those conversations and go, look, let's be honest here. And I think that's the most important thing, is that we be honest. If you don't like something that James Gunn actually did, then fine. fine. But no, I don't think it's a waste of passion. I think if you're Fourth 1000, if you're making if people are making stream after stream after stream after stream after stream after stream, and it's just like nothing but that, and you can't focus on anything else because like you're just going on in on this every day. I can see that. But just having a discussion about it and being able to point out and say, look, I think it's for years, and here's why it's relevant. Here's why it's relevant to me, is that for years we have lamented the fact that we have seen a regime after regime that was not forthcoming, right? That did not communicate with people, that there was always this like how long did we hear back and forth that Ben Affleck's out, he's back in, he's out, he's back in, he's out, he's back in, Henry Cavill is out, he's back in, he's out, he's back in, you know what I mean? Like there's been like all this nonsense that's gone back and forth with no clarification. Now you have somebody who's literally trying to be honest with you. He's trying to keep the fans abreast to what's going on, and people don't want to accept it. And the thing is that it eventually reaches a critical point where it's like, I can't go anywhere now, especially online, without seeing nonsense, without seeing people like over the top, lying themselves, honestly, just to try to make a point. And to try to garner support for something, and trying to confuse people who don't know any better, to confuse the normies into thinking that there's some major issue here without even trying to give this next iteration of DC properties even a chance, and now I know some people have brought this up before. And you know what?
I've seen this too.
I am starting to get to the point. I have said for a long time that I don't think that it's necessarily Zack's. I don't think that it's on Zack to have to do anything.
No, he doesn't.
He does. I don't think that it's on him to have to do anything. I do. I start to feel now, though, a little bit, as some of this stuff is unfolded, that, and I get why he wouldn't do it, because of what he's been through and because he wants to, he doesn't want to tick off a bunch of people, or hurt the fans that have stood with him. But I do think that at some point a statement could be a good thing. But then again, it could all blow up again, and become an even worse thing.
They're going to use this quote and misguide it. And like they always do every time they use his quotes. Like, come on.
Exactly. And people read way much into it, and, and anything that the guy says. And I think sometimes silence is the best thing that we can do. Like resisting the urge to just say something is a huge thing, and it actually goes a lot further. Most of the time.
It depends on what that is, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, it depends on what it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have critical thinking skills, and you can't think, and you can't distinguish what common sense is,
right?
Then it's not for you. So it shouldn't be a problem for you to say what you have to say that's out there.
But,
say what you have to say.
Then you have to take into account what is common sense to you.
What's common sense to me? Literal common sense. That's what common sense is.
For example, your brain.
All right. Can you be more specific?
Literal common sense. That's just like saying what fact is. Fact is facts.
What is fact when it comes to the DCEU?
Fact when it comes down to DCEU, that is DC. That's the fact. And you enjoy the characters regardless of the fact. It's a huge library. It's DC. It doesn't matter who does it. There's tons of people that have written plenty of books. There's plenty of people that done directed it. There's plenty of people that produced it. Some of them hit, some of them don't. If you are a DC fan, you go to enjoy the characters, the universe. If you like it, that person's version of it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You go to the stuff that you do like. If you like serious, you like serious. If you like it campy and cheesy, you like it campy and cheesy. If you like it kiddie-ish, you like it kiddie-ish. That is your choice. That is your choice. Okay? Example, I'm going to shut up. I rewatched Batman and Robin today. That movie is so bad. Okay? But there are normies and people that might like that movie. I don't see how.
That is true.
But they do. And it's okay.
There's a certain, it's like Superman 4.
There's there's a certain thing like where like, oh, normies like this,
Well, I haven't. I feel that like
when it comes to like, oh, normies like this, I don't agree with that. I really did not like Batman Begins, the Christopher Nolan one, because for my entire life, the only thing that I wanted was to see Batman and Robin kick ass together on the big screen for the first time in my life. Like that's and with the bold and the beautiful and the brave and the whatever the fuck. I don't care.
I think that's the name of the sequel to this movie, right? The brave and the whatever the F, right?
The bold and the beautiful. Like I don't care. Like I just want Batman and Robin to kick ass. I don't care about Bat Family or Batfleck. Fuck it. But who cares? Like I honestly really just want to see these two kick ass on the big screen for the first time in my life. It's the same thing that the same reason why my father, wanted to drag me to the theater, and he did have to drag me to a certain extent to see Wonder Woman, that Wonder Woman movie for the first time, because he said, and I quote, "I have been waiting for a Wonder Woman movie
and you're a
for
disappointment,
my whole life, and we're gonna see it together for Father's Day." And I was like, I can't argue with that, I can't disagree with that logic. You've been waiting for that your whole life. All right. Let's go see it. Let's see how this disaster unfolds. And I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, Wonder Woman, the first one's a great movie.
We're going to talk about the second one. The second one doesn't exist.
What?
The first Wonder Woman's a great movie, man. So
it really was. And, I was so happy for my dad that he had a smile, grin to grin, and this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about, and what everyone else is kind of harping on, but not quite getting, is that regular people care about these things too, but we forget what they care about. What do they care about? They care about having a good movie and a good time at the movies. So all of this James Gunn bullshit, no one cares about. They care. The regular movie going audience wants to have a good time at the movie. That's it.
Well, I think that there are people who care. I mean, I don't think that we can discredit people for caring, because
no, I'm not trying to say that. But what I'm saying is that we can't, ignore that.
No, I don't think you can ignore it, but I think also, you do have to pay attention to what who your audience is, who your main audience is, And while the diehard fans are always going to be a smaller percentage, you always got to prepare yourself for the fact that they're going to be a vocal minority. You know, fans of, the real diehard fans of these properties, of these things, are going to make it known how they feel. And the reality is that a lot of times it can then affect how the general public ends up seeing it, because if the general public smells the blood in the water, that there are, that the real diehard fans are not happy with what's going on, that rubs off on them. Right. And then they can be like, well, and I heard that it's not, this and that, and so it's definitely a game that they have to play, right, to do it. Now, I want to move into our final thing, because I do got to get to bed because it's 3 a.m. and I know I got started late, but we are at 2 hours. But here's the final one, and this is what I'm talking about. For God's sake.
Oh boy, goody.
For God's sake, I said it not too long ago. And I meant it. Is that when they started talking about that people were going to be able to start suing, for movies because the trailer wasn't what I thought it was, blah blah blah, right?
I passed that law. That is stupid. Oh my God, that is dumb.
So
it's ridiculous.
Fandom Wire here reporting, which is better than what was the other one? That was no, it wasn't Geekosity, and it wasn't Giant Freaking Robot. There was a couple of them. But it says hope we have lawyers in our fandom. WB Studios facing major lawsuit. They're not. First of all, they're not facing a major lawsuit because nobody has filed a lawsuut. Like these are the same. I saw a funny tweet about this that said they're not going to file a lawsuit. They didn't even have. They didn't even have. Hold on a second. Let me say what I was going to say. I saw a tweet that said this is nonsense because these are the same people who couldn't even find the money to go see Black Adam when it mattered. Okay, so they're not going to file a lawsuit, but I can see some people like thinking that this is the way to get him, right? Because they abruptly fired Henry Cavill as Superman and left him without any major roles, hurting his career.
Oh my God, he's never going to get a job again.
Right. Okay, so let's read this and then we'll talk about it. Henry Cavill's fans are back at it again, and this time they want to file a lawsuit against Warner Brothers Discovery for false advertising, for showing Henry Cavill as Superman in the post-credits scene of Black Adam. James Gunn was appointed as the co-CEO of DC Studios, and he took the bold decision of rebooting the entire universe, as well as letting go of some key figures of Zack Snyder's DCEU, including Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill. On the one hand, fans were ecstatic about the reboot of the franchise that will give them films and series which they would enjoy, while on the other hand, they were furious for letting go of figures who were doing their roles perfectly, and the fans have been calling out James Gunn for misleading the fans. Why are some fans trying to sue Warner Brothers? First of all, nobody's trying yet. There's been a couple of tweets. There's been a couple of tweets that said, we should do this. Okay, but the fans of Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill, first of all, this is such a clickbait kind of thing, because listen, there's plenty of us Zack fans that aren't on board with this. So just saying the fans of Zack Snyder, no, say like a minority of fans who are idiots.
Yeah.
Who don't understand real life and what's really important, and Henry Cavill are trying to sue Warner Bros. They're talking about it, but because apparently the fans were given false hopes of Man of Steel 2 starring Henry Cavill as Clark Kent, Superman, and he also made a cameo in Black Adam's post-credit scene, which made the fans hopeful. But after Gunn's announcement that the Witcher actor will not reprise his role as Superman, fans were furious and decided to file a lawsuit against them. Again, there's no lawsuit yet. But this right here says if Henry Cavill is for the money to make the Superman cameo, he would have done it long ago, starting with Shazam. Oh, if he was just doing it for the money, he would have done it with Shazam, knowing well Black Adam is 100% Hamadaverse. Again, people are getting all caught up on these, ridiculous. Yeah, you know,
like this verse or that verse.
Right. It says he still did the cameo because of the promise of Man of Steel 2 by Warner Brothers Direct. He wanted to do a confident Superman film for all of the fans. The studio used him and us. It's time for a lawsuit.
Idiot. Oh my God.
Stupid.
It's time for a lawsuit.
The 12 biggest jerks.
Oh my!
Even with this, this would never happen.
I know.
It wouldn't even come into fruition because for the simple fact they have nothing. This is all emotions.
Yeah, it is. It's this hope we have lawyers in our fandom don't think Henry Cavill will sue WBD, even though he has the evidence.
What? Wait. The
evidence. He has the evidence.
What? Evidence.
Evidence.
Do you not know how to spell the word evidence?
No,
evidence.
No, he doesn't know how to spell evidence. He's trying to spell evidence as if there's a dent in it.
Let the joke speak for itself.
All right.
Move on.
All right. I hope some lawyers can advise us if fans can sue WBD for false advertising.
False advertising.
And then there's 20 replies to that. 20 replies to that. You guys want to see any of the replies?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's.
Please. Yeah.
That's not how it works.
You'll laugh how stupid these people is, man. These
people not graduate from high school or middle school or something, or like that's something I want to know.
Okay, so here we go. I hope we have some lawyers there. So here's some people right here. So how ridiculous! Cavill was an awful Superman. Dear God, it's just like I swear to God, it's like both sides, man. It's like, dude, like why can't anybody just act normal?
That's not bad. That's not bad.
But why can't we just
Twitter?
I know it's like one or the other.
All right.
Nobody.
It's an opinion you don't agree with. All right. That's
but here's the thing: is it's all above, like it's all up over the top stuff, right? Like it can't just be hey, let's just move on. Let's be normal about it. It's got to be. It's either hey, we're gonna sue them because they screwed over, Henry Cavill. Where if Henry Cavill really felt that they breached a contract with him or did something like that, he would take them to court. But no, we're going to take him to court. But then when that doesn't happen, then they're like, well, Cavill was an awful Superman. Let's move on. Someone will eventually replace him, and Cavill will only be a thing of the past.
You're trying to make fun of Alfonso here, and he's saying this is ridiculous. Like, he was awful.
No, he can say it's ridiculous.
He has an opinion.
I know.
He has an opinion.
But this right here.
Says, let's move on. Let's move on.
Justin, have you had a little bit to drink tonight?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
But see, here's the thing. You can have an opinion, but here's the thing. In any argument, this is what's important. If in an argument that you're actually trying to make a point, the one thing that you don't want to do is go off on a tangent, and you don't want to go down rabbit trails that don't matter to your point. The point is that this lawsuit, if they ever tried to get a lawsuit off the ground, is ridiculous. It's ridiculous for fans to sue the studio because you told us we were gonna get Henry Cavill. Look, I'm upset about it too, but you know what? No, that's ridiculous. But then when somebody takes it to the next point and goes, well, they just got to throw in Cavill was an awful Superman. Well, now you're not making a point anymore. Now you're giving an opinion that is not relevant to the actual thing. Now here's back here. It says Henry Cavill Superman. The world needs him badly. I like Henry Cavill as Superman as much as anyone, but it's not Gunn's fault. Black Adam was shot before he took over. It's not false advertising.
Exactly.
Right. But then somebody's like, we were talking WBD here. Okay. So that just makes it better. Like we just got to do, whatever.
Didn't know about the thing when they were.
Okay. We need Henry Superman back. That's all fans needed, no matter it's James Gunn or Snyder's or WBD. We just need our fans' favorite Superman, Henry Cavill, back. DC Studios should see how much we love that Superman, so we want our Superman back. All fans should combine to bring our Man of Steel. But here's the point that this person needs to understand is not everybody. And this is not just Alfonso. Not everybody wants Henry Cavill as Superman. I don't understand him. I don't get it. I'm right there with you. But at the same time, it's like everybody that I hear say, well, they should listen to what the fans want.
Not all the fans want him.
Which fans?
That's why it's called divisive. So when it being divisive like that, it's just the way it is, what it is. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And even if I put it to like this, if he wasn't rebooting all the way, we'll still probably have Henry Cavill. That's a bona fide fact. But since they're rebooting, they're starting over, he wants to bring in somebody new and start off fresh and somebody that's younger. So it's just simple. That's just the simple thing. Henry is this generation Superman.
Oh, sure. They're not going to change that. I mean,
right. He's just this generation Superman, man. It's just you can't.
Fourth 1,000 here with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Fourth. Says this is sad, but WB deserves all of this. This is what you get when you run a company terribly. This is why I don't get mad at this. WB was a beacon for morons to crawl out of the shadows.
Yeah, the old regime. If the old regime was still in power.
Thank you, Prime. Yeah. And that's I think an important thing is like, I get what you're saying, Fourth 1,000, and yes, man, they mismanaged this thing forever, right? But like they're actually trying. Like this is a new day, and I know that look, the whole thing could just blow up in their faces and be just more.
Yes, it is.
Like it could be more of like being a Detroit Lions fan, right? That it's like no matter how good you think it's getting, it just blows right back up in your face, and you know it's going to suck again. But that being said, I don't think it's fair to just prejudge and put on James Gunn and David Zaslav and Peter Safran the sins that had come before them before they were even there. Give them a chance, right? And you got to remember it's a new company. It's not just WB. Now it's WBD. It's Warner Brothers Discovery. So you got a whole new regime, a whole new group of leaders, a whole new group of executives and people and stuff who are doing these things. So give them a chance. I understand though this sentiment. Right. And the thing is if they start repeating the same mistakes and they end up in the same place, then that's fine. I'm not mad at it. I just think it's ridiculous. And I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but it seems like every day that I see some more nonsense pop up on this front, from this group of fans.
Snyder cult.
Yeah. It shouldn't amaze me. It shouldn't amaze me, but I just feel like it just keeps reaching newer heights of dumb and ignorance, But yeah, no, I'm not mad about it. I mean, it's just that, my thing is like give Warner Brothers Discovery the chance. Now I get it. He says I have no sympathy for the new regime. Good luck to them. But Discovery bought WBD, warts and all.
Personally,
maybe.
I think the people that you should blame is The Rock, Danny Garcia, Mike DeLuca, and Ben Amy. How the hell you didn't get Henry Cavill a contract to keep playing Superman? How? You fumbled the bag right there. The Rock didn't care about him. Listen, The Rock didn't care about Henry Cavill. He cared about himself and his steroids.
I agree.
And that's it. He only cares about him.
Go ahead and say something, and then I'm going to read the super chat. Go ahead.
Yeah, didn't mean to interrupt you there, Anthony.
No, you're good.
I'm fine. It was done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I just want to say this when it comes to like the whole rebooting of James Gunn, and some of you guys have probably heard this. RJ, I think, said this a few times too on the channel, but I'm probably going to be repeating some people, but I am going to say this. So no, don't think I'm trying to suck up to people because this is actually stuff I agree with, and I just want to say this real quick. So no, I'm not a suck up.
You're good. You're good. Just say it.
All right. So what I'm trying to say is that like this whole reboot, like, is most likely going to either work or fail. I'm optimistic, and I want to keep.
Well, those are the only two options. Yes.
Yeah, and I want to believe that it's going to work. But the issue is like if they didn't reboot though. The general audience, the core audience still would be like, well, yeah, I mean, maybe I will. Maybe I'll watch this movie. You never know. But I mean, because the general audience kind of gave up on the DCEU with BVS, which even though I like BVS, they gave up on that because there were things.
I would say Justice League. I would say Justice
BVS
League.
and Justice League, yes, but the
Suicide
audience...
Squad did it, and then Justice League was the effect of it, but
yeah,
it was Suicide Squad. Yeah, Suicide Squad was the one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you guys there, but I'm just saying BVS was another reason why though, because the general audience didn't really like it that much. Now, I didn't really hate it, I will admit, but you have to listen to the general audience though. And the reason why this reboot was necessary was because the general audience were pretty much done with the DCEU, because not just because of what was going on with the stories and what
I'm not giving you the eye. I'm fourth 1,000. I'm giving you kind of the eye on this one. I mean, I look, I get there is Crazy Joe.
He is crazier. Well, he is crazy.
Yes,
there is Crazy Joe. But the general consensus was that Justice League
was the nail in the coffin.
Sucked, and it was the nail in the coffin, and people hated it.
Yes,
they did not enjoy it, dude. Nobody went to go see it. That was the problem, was that it literally failed at the box office. It died a horrible death, dude, never to be seen or heard from again, except for on TNT on Saturday afternoons, where they won't let you get away from it.
But Zack Snyder Justice League was an HBO. That's not.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just saying, it's gotten out of hand. I mean, it's just, jeez.
Yeah, the movie was dogs. Or those that play that movie plays every time on TNT. That's annoying.
Oh yeah, I know, that sucks. But my point though is that like the reboot is going to be worth it because the general audience was done with the DCEU anyway, because of with what we just talked about, Justice League. That was the final nail in the coffin for the general audience, because like that was just like the last thing that they could handle. They couldn't handle it anymore, so they gave up on the main universe of DC. And the other issue why a lot of people are just like, well, not people, I'm sorry, but why James Gunn wants to reboot is because if you look at like how, you know how like there needs to be build up for a big movie. And this is something that I heard a lot of people have problems with. And I, for one, understand it, even though I liked BVS. I understand why the general audience, and especially hardcore fans that didn't like BVS, I can understand their point for not liking it and for not liking the DCEU, because everything was rushed. Because
and especially I would say a couple of points with BVS is, one, the meddling of Warner Brothers, the regime at the time, to chop it all up and put out a substandard product to begin with, and then honestly, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, like, I know there's people they don't want to talk about this, but like, even I was a little disappointed that they brought Doomsday in it at the time. I was like, okay. You know, like when the first time I saw Doomsday Man in that trailer, I was like, oh, the Doomsday's in it. But then I was really glad, that, they brought Doomsday into it, but they had the balls to kill Superman in that movie. Yeah. Because you only get one chance with Doomsday. You don't get chance after chance after chance with Doomsday. If you're going to bring in Doomsday, you have to kill Superman. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also, like
unless you're Smallville, and then you set up a really weird thing for because you turn Smallville into the Incredible Hulk with stalactites on him.
Zack was gonna do Man of Steel too, but WB is like, hey, can you add Batman into it? And that's how and WB been trying to do VBS for the last 20 years. And Zack gave it to them, and they're like, "Nah, fuck you, Zack. Yeah, you're done. Goodbye."
Yeah.
And it's just,
What were you gonna say, Prime?
What I'm gonna say, because somebody's comment, saying that some of the new movies are not going to be good with the general audience. Okay.
We'll see. We don't know.
Y'all have to look at a lot of stuff for what is worth and how marketing it works. Okay. And how certain things work. So back to what
the guy in the hood. What's his name?
Darkness. I'm Darkness.
Darkness. Like Darkness said. I just want to say this. I just want to say it briefly, okay? Now, people are going to take his words and twist it up. What he's basically saying is when BVS came out, the hype was so big for that film.
Yeah.
All right. It was so huge. Once people saw it for that first weekend when it came out, it dropped. BVS
you only get one chance to make a first impression.
For first impression. And it dropped like 70%, but it made majority of its money that weekend. Mm-hmm. Now, what people misunderstand what the film is this. After you saw it, all right, a lot of people liked it, but there was a lot of people that did not like it.
Right. Yeah.
Now, this is the key.
They like Batman.
Right. Now, there you go. But this is the key that people fail to miss is that, see, Warner Brothers sabotaged that movie.
Yes.
Because the Ultimate Edition was the one that was supposed to be out in theaters. Do you want to know why? Yep. Now, this is the kicker, and this is the crazy part about this, on how the old regime messed up everything. Do y'all know that BVS, the Ultimate Edition, is still one of the top 50 DVD, the Blu-rays that ever sell? Now check this out. Did you not check this out? When it came out, a lot of people flipped their rating and their thoughts about BVS, and they said was, why didn't they put this out?
Right.
Why didn't they put this out?
I remember that.
Now, this the thing for people that need to know that don't know business. This is the reason why Warner Brothers did it, because they was greedy. They were so focused on the $1 billion mark, they chopped the 30 minutes out because they wanted to have more showings in theaters. So they thought that if you have more showings, we can get to that $1 billion mark easy.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, knowing that it was Batman and Superman, they knew in their mind, they was like, oh, we're going to make this $1 billion real easy. So let's just fill up the theaters. Let's just go ahead and do that. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
So if they would have just put and Zack said the ultimate cut was the movie that he wanted to have in theaters anyway. Yeah. Warner Brothers didn't want to do that. He didn't have no say-so or no control over that.
Yeah.
That was all Warner Brothers at the time.
Well, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. Prime. You know, William brings up a good point in the chat, right? So like, they looked at Batman v Superman as some kind of failure, but it still made almost $900 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, because they promised the shareholders it was a guaranteed $1 billion movie.
That's not how it works.
So, but that's the thing. But you have to look at it from their standpoint. When you're looking at it on the board, you have the most two iconic characters. You already know it's going to be a draw. Well, we already knew that because of the big hype for it. Superman and Batman. Well, you already knew that. Okay.
Yeah.
But the reason why they say this is a guarantee, and I'm not mad at that. I get that. I believe that would have been like, okay, yeah, I believe it's a $1 billion draw as well.
Yeah, they had confidence in it.
Right, the confidence. We got the draw, we got the characters. We know we're going to get that. When it didn't when it didn't hit the way it was supposed to be, they messed up because they sabotaged their own stuff.
Yeah.
They was acting like that a 3-hour film could not make $1 billion. Do y'all know how many films that was 3 hours and made $1 billion? Do y'all know? Avatar, that was 3 hours. That made $1 billion. Titanic, that's 3 hours. That made over $1 billion. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is over 3 hours. Those are made billions.
There's plenty of movies.
They own stuff for themselves. And they that's what happened. Now, cut it down the line with this new stuff. You don't have to worry about the new films or anything, ladies and gentlemen. It's because of this. Shazam is going to make what it's going to make. All right. Yeah. I think Shazam is probably not going to make no more than $500 million. You want to know why? They're not marketing it that hard. They're just going to put it out, make some money off of it. What they are marketing is the Flash. They just didn't put $7 million for the Super Bowl just to be like, oh, we're just going to let this movie just sit. No. They paid some money to market that. Yep. And for the people that don't know this stat, don't y'all know that Flash trailer was the #1 advertised trailer that day. They was the number one.
Number one.
They was number one viewed. So they did what they had to do. All they got to do is push it, and they are so confident they are going to show this movie at a movie con, at CinemaCon. Is it 3 months before it comes out?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how confident they is in this film. So this is why I'm saying The Flash is going to make $1 billion. They're not going to mess this up. They not. All people got to do is come out. They not going to mess this up. So all I'm saying is that all the films that's going to come out for DC, they're going to be successful in some way. They are. And for the people that's overhyping Aquaman 2 and saying they left out and all this stuff, because we talked about this prior. Do y'all understand that 9 now because we in March?
Yeah.
At the time, we said they still got 10 months to fix and make corrections to the film.
Right.
They got plenty of time. So by the time all these movies come out, they're going to make these corrections. They're going to make some money off these films. All right? They're not just going to let them just sit there and not just going to let them flop. All right? Shazam, I get it. It's low budget. Now, they're going to keep that. I'm thinking it's going to make about $500 million. I'm still thinking it's going to make.
I hope so.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to see it.
I say 370. I say 370.
370. So you think it's going to still make the same as the first one did?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.
370 to 400.
Right, but a lot of people that already that's seen the pre-screenings of Shazam, and a lot of people that seen it already, they say they enjoyed the film. They really enjoyed it. They said it was fun. It was a good film. So that's all that matters.
Well, as long as DC fans don't try to sabotage the thing and go after everybody who's in the film and everybody who's making the film and is it DCEU or not? Who's responsible? Like all that nonsense, like the stuff that's not important. And then these people who are like, well, I'm not going to go see it because it's not connected to a bigger universe. You know what?
That's their prerogative.
It is your prerogative, but you know what? I'm sorry. Something's wrong if you can't just go see a movie that stands on its own, too.
Yeah,
I love a shared universe. I prefer the shared universe. I want the shared universe. But in the same token, everything doesn't have to be a shared universe to be a good film and to be appreciated. Now, real quick here, I want to make sure that I get to these super chats and bust these out. So we got Larry here with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Larry. Says, I still think they're keeping multiverse plans a secret. They're adding a soups just like they added Holland's Spidey when Amazing wasn't complete and fans still wanted Toby 4. Inevitable. Larry, I don't think that's a crazy statement to make. I don't think that's a far off statement because DC, the one thing that they have, the strong suit that DC has is if they do their multiverse well, they have a super strong multiverse and they've got super strong stories that are based upon the multiverse that don't have to get too crazy that people can't enjoy them. And so, Larry, I think that's a good point. Now, Larry here with a $5 super chat says, no way they're introducing a multiverse just for the Flash, which is what people try telling me. That would be so stupid, in my opinion. They are competing with MCU. Right now, MCU is in the middle of their phase, which is like all about their multiverse, right? But I think that their multiverse gets a little convoluted. And like I was even watching John Campea today, and he was talking about it that like, yeah, they've kind of set it up where like nothing really matters. Like if somebody dies, so what? We got somebody else we can,
multiverse. Every time when a movie does multiverse, they do it in their own different ways. DC has their own way. Marvel has their own way. Back to the Future has their own ways. It's like every time a studio does it, is their own different way and their own spin to it.
And yes, they are. We do have to remember that they will be using the Elseworlds banner for some of these properties too. And so for
the Batman and for Todd Phillips' Joker.
Yeah, so I hope that they do that well. Draga here asked for a link. Draga, hey man, I love you, bro, but I'm literally finishing up this. It's 3:30. It's 3:36 in the morning. I got to get to bed because I got to get up literally at 6:20 a.m. So like less than 3 hours from now, I have to be up
get up
for
at
the day.
6:30.
So I don't want to bring other people on right now, man. But hopefully we can get you on another time. But I do appreciate you, man. I appreciate the $2 Australian super chat. Larry here says something that I think most of us can get behind. Except for Crazy Joe. Hamada and Jeff Johns can kiss the mole. You can pucker up too sweet and kiss the mole, Hamada and Jeff Johns. And we can add Joss Whedon to that too, but he can kiss the other mole, not the mole on my face, if you know what I mean. And I think you know what I mean, Brian. Look at that smile on his face. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, it's right there, man. Right there. You can kiss that mole. All right.
It's my avatar versus the mole. Oh boy.
Right. So you know,
you can kiss the mole my ass. Is what he said.
I'll make this last point before I forget it. I'll say for people that thinking that Shazam may not do good, Shazam is going to be in China, even though China going through their little stuff right now. But y'all feel to realize, right. They might come out to go see it. Why? Because Lucy Liu is in it, and for y'all fail to realize, Lucy Liu is real famous in China. Okay, so that's why Shazam is being shown in China because Lucy Liu is in the movie.
There's also a cameo in the movie that starts with a letter W. I'm not going to say
right. Wonder Woman in it too. I mean, Diana is in it too. You know.
Yeah,
so then there's this nonsense, right? So someone recently sued a movie studio for a misleading movie trailer. I think it's time to sue Warner Brothers and James Gunn for the misleading end of Black Adam. Well, how are you going to sue James Gunn? James Gunn didn't have anything to do with that misleading thing. And, whatever. And then having Cavill announce his return only to get rid of him, then use him and us. And then in a world where one can sue movie studios for misleading trailers, McDonald's for selling us hot coffee, which that just shows your ignorance right there, because actually that hot coffee thing was not a negligent weird thing. There was a reason behind that lawsuit, and you can do the research yourself and find that out. It was a legitimate lawsuit. It says I wouldn't be surprised if this actually happened. And then, Gunn didn't have the job. So then there's some people actually, who I guess, frankly, it sounded like the studio already didn't have a plan for Cavill, either past two movies they already shot. Then why the F did you have Cavill come back as Superman knowing you were doing a reboot? Y'all must have known from the jump. Again, this was The Rock.
You must have known from the jump.
Man.
And James Gunn was not in charge. He was not in charge at the time that Cavill appeared as Superman in Black Adam.
Let me say this.
You must have known.
It was Mike DeLuca and Panelist and The Rock, and that's it. The Rock only cares about himself and his steroids. That's it.
Yeah, and then here it is. Somebody said this isn't a good idea, especially when the actor himself hasn't expressed any intent to pursue legal action. What happened was unfortunate. It's a loss we all feel each day. Superman is an idea, an inspiration to all, and a symbol of hope that hasn't gone. It will be.
There you go. Renewed. Somebody would comment.
That's nice.
Someone with a brain. Common sense.
God damn,
you can like a movie, you don't have to agree with the studio decisions, but you can agree that hey, you know what? Can we just enjoy what we do get sometimes?
These nonsense websites, man, stroking the flame though. Stroking the flame. Moreover, James Gunn clearly stated that he will be scrapping the Snyderverse for a better experience for the fans.
Oh my God, that is clip it at its finest.
Right.
Holy crap.
Right.
Did I hear that correctly?
What's
the fuck?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's just as absurd as you had. Never mind.
What's just as absurd? What are you talking about?
What you just read. It's ludicrous.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he clearly stated that he's scrapping the Snyder. He hasn't used that kind of stuff. By the way, Belle Reeve, I saw you. Hey, glad you're here tonight. Thank you for being here, Belle.
Hello, Belle.
So, yeah. So can I just say, we need to stop with the hyperbole. We need to stop with the nonsense and trying to Draga.
Oh,
I like you, Draga. I'm literally trying to bring it to an end, buddy.
She's going to work and
I literally got to get up in less than 3 hours, man. And so like, I don't want to get into more conversation. We've already talked about this like as much as I think we possibly can. Yeah. Larry though here says there's so many, with the $2 super chat, says there's so many Snyder hit pieces. It's weird, to be honest. And you know what, Larry? I'm really starting to feel it on all ends, because I feel like there's Snyder hit pieces, and then there's hit pieces that go the other way. There's the Snyder cult, and then there's weird people who want Christopher Reeve to be Superman forever and just superimpose Christopher Reeve's face on another actor, and it's just. It's so much ridiculous,
so
and this is what brings me to my final point, which is what I have said quite a few times, and that is I'm very concerned.
Bye, Prime.
Bye, Prime. Love you, man. I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned for the state of DC going forward, because I don't know if we can fix what has gone wrong. Because nobody seems to be able to agree on these things. And listen, if your fan base is so fractured and split that you don't even have agreement on like what a hero should be, then the problem is this is worse, I think, than Star Wars right now. In the fact that like there's so many different versions, Anthony, of like Superman that people love this one and hate this one, love this one, hate this one, love this one, that the thing is that it's all over the place. Marvel has been very blessed that they haven't had to deal with this yet, but they're going to start having to deal with it as soon as they start recasting Wolverine and some others. They're going to run into this.
The X-Men coming, 100%.
Oh yeah, they're going to run into this situation too. But
I mean, there are so many things with Superman alone. Like there was a conversation that I had that just really made my head want to explode. Where somebody said that Christopher Reeve Superman is not the best one, and Brandon Routh was soy, and I was like, "What are you even talking about? What do you mean? How is it soy? Like." What?
I'm so sick of that.
That hyperbole aside, and they really liked Jesse Eisenberg, but Gene Hackman was a hack, like, oh my god, unironically, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this is nonsensical. Like, I don't even know what to do at this point. Henry Cavill's the worst thing that ever happened to Superman. I'm like, guys.
It's dumb. It's out of control, is what it is.
Not only is it out of control, but like, there is no consensus on what is good and what is not good.
Well, of course not.
Like, everyone has their own opinions, but it has never been so fractured in any community like it has been with this DCEU.
Like, even Star Wars, because I saw somebody say that like, oh, Star Wars is worse. I really don't think at this point that Star Wars is worse, because with Star Wars, look, people are very toxic about Star Wars. Okay, don't get me wrong, people are very toxic about Star Wars, but at the same time, you only have these people who are now upset about the fact that Legends is Legends and it's no longer, well, canon. It was never canon. Let's be honest. It was never, ever canon. Legends was never canon. George said so himself. So all these people who bitch and complain about it and say, well, yeah, but George, look, that's what he confirmed it many times that he allowed it. He allowed it, but if he ever did an episode 7, it would have nothing to do with the storyline that we would be seeing here. At least with this, people may not want to recognize it, people may not want to accept it, but the reality is that here as we see this story play out with the Mandalorian and Ahsoka and others and stuff, we're getting Thrawn, all these characters are getting reintroduced again, maybe in slightly different ways, but a way that is able to fit it and make sense. And look, if you don't like the sequels, okay, more power to you. You don't like the sequels, but the reality is like you either like it or you don't like it. The problem with DC is
Enoch liked The Last Jedi.
Yeah, look, I love The Last Jedi, but I have issue with The Rise of Skywalker, for example, right?
That was where a lot of the hatred. That's where you guys go.
But hold on. But that's my opinion. But here's the thing: it's a very simple. This is why I don't think that it's worse in Star Wars, is because it's a very simple like either or, right? And people may go to extreme measures and hate Kathleen Kennedy and all this stuff, and I think that's dumb. But it is what it is. With DC though, right now, you literally have people who are like, well, I like George Reeves' Superman from the 50s, and I like
alive to say that,
dude.
William
was alive.
I was a child when I liked.
No, there are though. But then you have people who go. Then you have people who are absolutely
he's still alive, isn't he?
But there are people. No, George Reeves?
No, he dies. He died.
No, dude. Remember,
no. He has passed.
Yeah. So, but then you have people who love Christopher Reeve, and then you have people who love Dean Cain. I mean, it's being expressed right now, right? And then you have people who love Brandon Routh, and then you have people who love Henry Cavill, and now you have these people who are on Tyler Hoechlin, and so none of those are like the couple of them may be similar, but the thing is it's literally nothing that people can agree on. And then there's how many Batman running around right now? By the time we're gonna have Pattinson, we're gonna have Affleck and Keaton, and God knows who else. There's supposed to be another Batman in this movie. Well,
hang on. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
One of the things I do want to say about like this new Batman in the DCU. I think Justin.
I just remembered my crucial mistake about George Reeves. And go ahead.
You're good, man. Don't worry about
it. But the thing I do want to say about this is like this new DCU Batman, I think, is going to be the final like iteration of Batman we're going to see. Because once Pattinson, and there's a reason why I say that. There's a reason why I say that is because there have been so many like other versions of Batman. Like, for example, you have Keaton, like with what you just said, Enoch. Keaton, Affleck, Pattinson. That's too many versions of Batman. And so I think like once the reboot begins and we get introduced to the DCU Batman, and once there's the whole Reeves verse, once the Batman sequel comes out, and once Matt Reeves is done with his whole universe, I think we're not going to see another Batman, at least for a very long time.
I hope so.
And I think this is going to be like the final Batman that we see in live action when it comes to the DCU Batman, because I don't think James Gunn would want there to be another Elseworld story being greenlit in live action. And
I don't think that they can sustain it. I don't think that they can sustain, having this many different versions, just on there perpetually.
Yeah, in the last 15 years, yeah,
exactly.
Christian Bale, you have so many different Batmans, and I guess with me personally, the one thing that I want to see, that I've wanted to see for my entire life, was Batman and Robin on the big screen in my lifetime in a new movie for the first time, kicking ass. That's all I want. That's all I want.
Well, I mean, there's a moment in Batman Forever that Batman
in
and Robin.
My lifetime. I was born in 1995. That was not in my lifetime.
Yeah.
When did Batman Forever come out?
Came out in
1994.
I didn't see that. Either way, I didn't see it on the big screen. I want to see it on the big screen in my lifetime.
All right. Well, whatever.
I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to,
1995. Never mind.
And I'm not trying to like
You're
derail
good.
the conversation.
No.
But, you know, like that's the one thing that I want to see. And the brave and the bold could do that and can do that and should do that. You know, Bat Family, whatever. Like, I just want to see Batman and Robin kick ass on the screen.
I hear you, man.
One time.
I hear you.
One time.
And that's I think that's great. I mean, you know, so I mean, like I hope for everyone's sake, man, that people just chill the frick out.
I mean,
just relax.
If you're telling me to chill out, like I will, but like, you know,
I'm just saying, like, relax. Hold on. You know what? I need the drop. Hold on a second. Let me find the drop to
oh
end,
boy.
Yes.
To end the thing because
The Arnold drop.
What's that?
The Arnold drop.
No, but there is this drop. That wasn't the drop that I was talking about, but
That's disgusting.
hold on a second. No, I'm trying to look. Hold on a second.
Darkness, you're more dramatic than I am.
No.
You're like, no.
Oh man, no.
You're like, oh no, oh the humanity.
Where is it? Hold on a
Not the
second.
piss. No.
Hey, man.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Yeah, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Darkness.
Okay, I'm
Like,
trying. I'm just
okay, under the
trying
wind,
to find
it's
the.
gonna be okay.
Gosh, man, where's I got so many drops here. I just gotta find it. Where is it? Where the heck
One that
is
you're looking for.
I'm gonna take so long for this, and it's like not even gonna be that funny when I finally find it. Right?
Can I
It's
say
okay,
something
it
real
wasn't
quick
funny now.
before, Enosh,
No,
before you
it
end the
was
stream,
funny.
can I mention something real quick?
Yeah.
One of the things that I do want to say, back to like with what we were saying about the whole Elseworld stuff that Gunn's been talking about is like, once Matt Reeves is done with his universe and the whole Todd Phillips Joker universe is done, I definitely can see there like no longer being any other Elseworld stuff and them just focusing on the main universe and that alone, because I don't think Gunn would want to like do other universes and create more like Elseworld stories, because there have been so many interpretations of the characters that a lot of people I think would just be okay with just there being one interpretation, one Joker, one Batman, one Superman, and etc. You get the point. But yeah, I definitely just can see Gunn was just being like, you know what? After the Elseworld stories with the Battinson verse and the Todd Phillips Joker universe, no more Elseworld stories, just the main universe, DCU stuff, and that's all they're going to be focusing on.
Well,
like, I can see that happening.
Yeah,
Well,
and
this is my message to everybody.
So just chill out. You know, drink a 7-Up, eat a moon pie, quit murdering people.
What?
Droga, by the way. So hypothetically, I did that for someone. Someone wanted to hear it in the chat, so yeah, I had to do it.
I'd like to apologize to anyone I've not offended yet. Please be patient. I'll get to you shortly.
Hey, Justin.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Oh.
I like that clip.
There you go.
You fucking
Droga,
got me there.
I'm not Ben Shapiro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I'm not Ben
Previously on Little House on the Prairie.
Your paw smells like a dumb old horse.
Yeah, where's
okay, that cut tape. I grew up on Little House on the Prairie. I love that.
Yeah. So, all right, folks. Well, hey, I need to get like a couple hours sleep. You want? Oh, you want a little Betty Whiteism for tonight to end on? I like that.
Yeah. Can we please, like, you know, you shout on me, you know, you shout on everyone. Like, let's at least come together again, and just, you know.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Betty White said this. So much of the humor on new sitcoms plays to the lowest common denominator. Wit isn't nearly given as much attention as slipping on a banana peel.
That's really okay.
Okay. I like that.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I really did.
4. What the hell? What do you know? A hole in one. Oh, it's amazing how much fun you can have if you've got the balls.
Whoa.
Never mind. Once when I was 7 years old, I sat on a banana. And of course, that changed my life.
That's the story of Justin's life.
Really, like I'm Jimmy Neutron, you know. Okay.
I was thinking more of the narrative.
I can be Jimmy
Williams
Neutron,
said you
I
read
guess.
that before, Enosh.
What's that?
He said you read the quote before. He did, William? I'm surprised you remember that.
He did what?
You said you read that one before.
I read that one. I read what one? No, I didn't. It was a brand new one,
I
bud.
don't think he does.
No, man. I didn't
I
read
think
that
William
one.
has terrible memories. Yeah, he's.
I mean, I can read you another one if you'd like. If you'd like one more.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Let's do it. One more.
The best
more,
kind.
my
Okay,
friends.
the best kind of comedy is the least self-conscious. I think you just sort of let the comedy happen without the elbow nudge. Did you get it?
Shit.
Did you get it? I love straight-face comedy or subtle, relative subtle comedy. So there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Are
By the
you
way,
are you
all
happy?
roads lead to WrestleMania. All roads to WrestleMania.
Hey.
We actually have video of James Gunn's Superman.
You Superman octopus now.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Maybe.
That
I don't think Gunn would be that stupid with Superman.
Listen here.
Hey, you think for one split second that I don't even realize what I'm doing? What it means to go into a big 15-foot high steel cage? With all that I am and all that I've done, you're questioning whether I am ready for what I'm about to do? Man, you're really not even close to where you need to be. Wow, man, I didn't know you were that far off. February the 15th, in Philadelphia, at the Spectrum, yeah. I'm gonna get you. And I already know what can happen when somebody runs their head into one of these. Knees breaking. Arms snapping, it doesn't even matter. I'm expecting to get hurt. But what's important is I'm gonna hurt you. Philadelphia Spectrum, get ready with all that I am and with all that I...
Another jerk. Oh no! Here it comes! The greatest move in indie wrestling. I'm telling you, Mike Z. Yes! The dick flick. The dick flick.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I was gonna say something about that
All
neon
roads to
green
WrestleMania.
guy. That was ridiculous. But the dick flick was.
That was funny.
Larry, I do have some cool. I got a bunch of the. Here, I'll show you. Maybe I'll show you a little bit here. So I've got some WWE figures right there.
Oh,
I
you got
some of
the
those-
Rock?
I got the big one. No, I don't have a Rock because I don't like the Rock. And then I've got some of these old ones. I got the Rockers. I got these guys over here. You know, got all that stuff. So yes.
You got the belt.
Yeah, and then most important, right there, baby.
Enosh got the better belt than Williams. I'm not disrespect William.
There it is.
No, we're comparing belts.
Yes. All right, folks. Well, hey, this was a good show. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Sorry I came in late again, but thank you guys for sticking with me. I hope that it paid off for everyone, and that you all had a good time. Like I always say, we appreciate good stuff, and some people may be okay with nonsense.
Hey, Darkness, you said you were Latino the last time we talked.
Some
No, I'm not.
some
I'm just
people
messing with you.
okay. some people may like to go down these weird rabbit holes and these nonsense and file lawsuits or whatever, but
oh yeah, well I mean
we don't.
So, William, your belt.
I mean, they don't have a
Enoch's
life.
belt
A
is
lot
better
of
than
these people
yours.
don't have a life. Let's be real.
Well, you know what? Exactly.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh yeah. Okay, so thank you guys for joining me here tonight. I want to thank all my panelists. Thank you guys for being so great and for being here tonight and expressing your your thoughts and everything. Thanks to Prime who was here. Appreciate you, man. And then also to everyone who was in the chat tonight. You guys are awesome. You guys are fantastic. Appreciate you all. And also thank you to everyone who gave super chats tonight. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And like I always say, don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter. And don't tell anybody that their fandom doesn't matter. But seek to have good conversations. Don't get sue happy and go suing people for stuff that has nothing to do with you.
Get a life.
But seek to have good conversations and treat people with respect. And if you do that, there'll always be a place for you here in the Poindexter Lounge. Until next time.
It's all about having fun.
We're at 2 hours, 59 minutes, and 6 seconds. Getting out of here just under
3 hours.
3 hour mark.
I hate the word content. When people say they're putting out content, it means they're putting out garbage filler material because they have nothing to say. With that being said, I have now completed my content for the day.
There you go, folks.
Okay.
All right. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow. All right. See you later.
All right.
Yeah.
Stop yelling in my ear, you jerk.
I'm sorry, I just thought David Lee Roth. He yells a lot. Sammy, so in the spirit, good faith.